Do you fish? No. You know, people who don't fish think that fishing is lazy or boring, but it is the complete opposite. There are 100 little decisions to be made, variables to be considered, and you're never quite sure what made the difference. Did I cast too high, too far to the left? Did I reel it in too slow or too fast? Is the lure too shiny or too dull? Do I stay here or should I go over there? And you know it's not luck, but you do not know by how much. Because I am never disappointed out here, because I don't expect anything, because anything is possible. I can be hopeful out here, even in failure. Because I know if I just go out there around that tree, it might be different. Something might be different. Something I do might make a difference.
A sniper's dream, 100 nights of memory. He has me forehead, and after head, grows grace vertical. No matter who he races, he gonna have a head start. Frontal glow. Remembers what happened to Mom. His father stands on the second floor. Why can you still see his forehead with the comments open? Shut his eyes. He got a lot on his mind. He's been told to hold that thought all his life. No sweat tries before it reaches his eyes. He needs brains. Those imaginations in 4K Ultra HD. If you do an inch on his forehead, he would survive. His forehead says 6'5", but his eyes say 5'9". The most epic heroic song of all time. Bro's forehead has a national anthem. Bro knew this would happen.
Hell yeah! Angler's choice, baby! Johnny Morris, White River, Ranger, Triton, Nitro. Let's go, baby! Woo!
What the hell is even that?
You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your host, Thomas Ahrens. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.
If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Merry Christmas or whatever religious holiday you celebrate right now. I did have a hat, but it's at the barn. This is going to be an absolutely amazing drinking and just talkative show as we go through all of the fisheries that I could find on my first go around in Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and the border regions of North Carolina. I will be also trying to see if I can finish off this bottle of tequila. We will see what happens. What other things before I bring on our big host, the Bass and Beer Radio guys? Trophies came in for the Bassmas Fishing Tour online. They turned out really well. If you are in the running or you're a Patreon member or a person participating in the tournament, head on over to Jake's Bait and Tackle on Sunday, which is December 29th. The date for that, because you could only be a Patreon member or a member of the tournament to get into the building. I'm going to put that on Patreon and our private Facebook group tonight after the show. But we're going to be going through all the fisheries. We're going to have a call-in number. We're going to have people coming in and out, but my main guest for tonight, the legends of Friday night, the Bass and Beer Radio Group. How are you guys doing tonight?
What's going on, man?
Dude, your intro is awesome.
That is the most epic intro ever.
I just laughed the entire time through. Especially, when it said your imagination is in 4K Ultra HD.
Dude, it is legendary. I love that thing so much.
Yeah, I literally looked at Paul. I was like, "There's no way we're topping this."
Dude, you had a great show on Friday. That was interesting to get into kind of the deets of the motors and where the future of the outboards are going to be going.
Yeah, that was a really good show. Those guys are absolutely full of information.
Yeah,
I got a question for you.
1 point.
Before we move on, we've been talking about doing a different intro for our crew here, and
no, we'll take that offline.
We'll take it offline. All right, we'll take it offline.
We don't want the general population.
We want it to be a surprise, but we'll talk about it offline.
So I already have about 6,000 people commenting. So Lake Erie's out because that's not fair. We're gonna go from the Susquehanna River down, basically, for Pennsylvania, because I've already seen a bunch of that in the chat. The Upper Bay, of course, is in play. Delaware, we're not talking Delaware, but the Delaware River.
So you're taking out everything in Pennsylvania except the Susquehanna.
Everything above the Susquehanna River. So,
which is pretty much everything.
Raystown will still be in the list, the Julietta, but everything else, is going to be out. But I mean, let's be real.
You leave Wallen Paul back in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting, guys. It took me about 2 days to do this. I really didn't realize, like, holy shit, Virginia's got a shit ton of lakes. And so I had to leave some out. And so I know people will already be bitching when this gets re-uploaded tomorrow morning. There's a bunch of places I left out because I didn't know how to calibrate them when they're just electric motor only lakes. There's a ton of them. But if only six people know about it, it's not going to be a great conversation versus what's better to the James, the Potomac. I know that's going to probably be a pisser in the comment section. So let me pull this thing up to kind of show you how this is. And then, guys, of course, the number is 667-307-8583. What I'm thinking we're going to do is if we have a super tiebreaker, what we'll do, if we're dead heat because there's 4 of us, we'll open up the phone lines here to see if somebody wants to call in to pitch their case as to what we are arguing about here. So without further ado, let's get this up because we got a ton of fisheries that we have to get through today. Let's get this up here. Oh, we'll go like that. Okay, perfect.
There's so many lakes and rivers around here.
Holy crap, dude. You're not joking. So I have a bigger version of this, guys, that I will be clicking on as well, just so everyone can see it a little bit bigger. So let's go. Let me see. What's the one that we can start with you guys?
Why don't we start north and work our way down?
Ooh, okay, let's do that.
Sounds like a good date.
That does sound like a good date. All right, here we go.
Hey, what's up, Brian Dyson?
Boom. Let me pull this up there. All right, so the first one I have on here.
Oh, okay.
Youghiogheny Lake.
Cool.
Youghiogheny Lake. It is I'll do the history before we get started here. It's on the border of Maryland and Pennsylvania. It is drawn down to like 3 inches right now as they're doing construction on it. Smallmouth kind of lake. What are we thinking now for the Youghiogheny? And the lists are, guys, this is what we have for the people that are listening in on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We have legendary, B category, C category, and dog shit. I did put some dog shit ones, I think, on here that we can put in there. So
I would it's a very interesting lake.
I've never fished it personally.
Never fished it either.
But it's not a very good fishing lake as far as catching big fish or even catching a lot of fish. I would have to put it into like a C.
Ooh, a C. We got one for C.
I mean,
First thought, how's it going to return after the water comes back up?
Oh, that's a good point. We should probably go like right here now too, not just historically, but how it's fishing right now. That's a good point.
Yeah, if we're talking about now.
If we're going to talk about now, after the way the lake was drained,
I would still put it in
a C. It's gonna change it, which is gonna give it a C to dog shit level.
Actually, I would say C to B because when it comes, I mean, all
the fish are probably in this puddle right now.
When it comes back up, though, like it's going to be great. If we're talking like from now into like next season, if they like when that level, generally when lakes get drawn down and they come back up, they boom.
Yeah.
All right, so we have what's your poll?
I go C.
I'm gonna agree with C because I know a lot of guys that fish the SQTs and a lot of guys will drop that tournament.
There's not a lot of big fish. The numbers, I mean, you can have some good days there, but it's not like Deep Creek numbers. A lot of deep fishing.
How's the accessibility?
It's kind
right
of
now it's shit.
Well, okay, so let me rephrase that. When we all know that Deep Creek in the summer is a madhouse, can you in the summer can you go up here and have a decent day without boat traffic? Like, is it that level accessible? Or is it the same way?
Same.
Oh man, see that to me almost puts it at dog shit. I mean, if you don't catch the numbers that you catch at Deep Creek and you're still it's boat wake after boat wake, like why even go up there? To me, that kind of makes it dog shit. Like if it was a good lake or if it was an average lake, but it was a sheet of glass and you're usually the only person out there fishing, there's not a lot of people, it has some attractive traits to go there. But if the fishing's not great and it's a washing machine,
I would say that's
why.
That's one of the reasons that I put it at C also. Because I like the style of fishing out there. I mean, it's a lot of offshore stuff, but you can't fish in it just like Deep Creek. You can't fish it in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a
drawn
good
way
thing
down.
to tell our audience
Quality's
for everyone that's listening, this is our criteria. Number one is access, because if it's a private fishery, that's going to really knock it down, or if it's like really restricted on when you can fish it. Number two would be quality. Number three would be quantity. Honestly, this could be interchangeable based on what you want to do. Versatility, and then boat traffic. So those are the 5 things that we're trying to do here. And then Everett Garrett says, like, are we ranking just bass fishing? Right now, I think we're just going to do bass fishing because there are so many fisheries I left out that would.
What is versatility here? We're talking between species, smallmouth.
Well,
largemouth?
different techniques.
Different techniques.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
can you catch them a bunch of different ways, or is there one dominating structure, pattern, or forage?
Or do I have to, throw a Nico rig in 25 feet of water? And that's the only way I can catch them.
Right.
So with that said,
Oh, that
I
can
think
go so many different places.
since we have over close, Shane, we just define versatility. So basically, if it's just you catch them on a frog compared to a place, you can catch them a bunch of different places as well. Again, Shane, I know as people are trickling in, I was not able to get every single electric motor only lake in the state of Virginia because Jesus, we would be here for 5 hours. I got about 48 fisheries that we're going to be going through here.
So we need to roll through them.
Yeah,
It's going to be a late show.
yeah, this is why I was trying to start a little bit earlier here. Yakagani is a sea level. Let us go with, let's see, what's another good one we can do next?
Wallen Paul Pack.
Let me see if I still got that one.
If we're going to start north, if you left that in there. If not,
Oh, I got the
Or
Juliet
Rays.
and Susquehanna. So let's go with
you got Raystown in there?
I do have Raystown somewhere.
We can do Raystown. Find it.
All right, let's go with Raystown. I know it's right up on here. So Raystown Reservoir. Where
All
would
right.
you guys rank that?
So
I've never fished it either, but I would say
Raystown-
B minimum.
I would say B, because the boat traffic comes into play again.
Does it?
Summertime on Raystown sucks.
But you hear some incredible fishing.
But it's got giants. I mean, absolute giants. So
and it's
you
not
know-
super far. I mean, it's just as far for us to go there that it is to go to Yakagane.
yeah, it's about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I mean, Deep Creek is around 3.
It's 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about the same. Raystown summertime boat traffic is pretty terrible, but it's got bigs in it.
Now, one thing I want to talk about, and Tom will be able to
8,000
really,
acres, by the way. 8,000
Tom-
acres is Raystown.
Thomas will really be
pretty
able
small.
to hit this
pretty
one,
big.
but
Small.
the tournament regulations on this place are apparently are like
Mm.
extremely strict too. So I feel like that should come into play as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, but are we talking? I'm just. Are we
What's up,
talking
Craig?
Just, I'm talking just fishing, like not necessarily tournament fishing, but like if I'm gonna go someplace to fish, like how am I gonna rank this? You know what I mean?
So
Not necessarily if I go there for a tournament.
For
because when I go there
Raystown-
for a tournament.
And I do have some information on all these fisheries. So when the Raystown elites fish there on specific months of the year, it'll take between 24 to 27 pounds of smallmouth to win an event.
It's insane.
yeah, that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
There are
insane.
largemouth in there too. There used to be hydrilla. There's no longer hydrilla in there. You can fish
You got-
crankbait, stuff like that.
I mean, that gives you good versatility. You can fish largemouth or smallmouth, different techniques. You can go flip up in the river, or you can fish deep, scope, drop shot, do whatever you want to do for smallmouth. However, that boat traffic that boat traffic thing that's a big deal. I mean, it gets a lot of boat traffic in the summertime. So
And then we got Aaron Ball says, any of the Suffolk lakes in there? I have 4 of the Suffolk lakes because Aaron, there's like 500 lakes in Virginia. And I was like, we will be here for 20 hours. So I tried to nail it to under 50 with 50 lakes. So let's go with, let me pull up my thing there. Okay. So
I'm going B on Raystown just because of the summertime boat traffic.
I am going B right now, but I might argue and debate that later on as we go through them because I might move it up to legendary status. Like a hidden
I can
gem.
agree with that. Yeah.
I can see it going either way just because of the fish that come out of the place. I mean, I've never fished it though, so it's hard for me to argue one way or another.
You don't get bags of smallmouth like that anywhere unless you go to like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Josh Torres in there. What really? That's incredible. Yeah, dude. Like Larrystown's got some banging bags, but it's a small lake. It's really narrow because it's just swollen river, and because of PA's wonky ass regulations. It's just a very specific time that you can fish it. But okay, so we got Raystown as a B. That's pretty cool. So let's go. Let me try to find another one here. And then, guys, let me know in chat. Do you guys want us to go in order from north all the way down, or you guys just want us to me pull them out randomly? Because I got another. Let's
Why don't you
see.
pull them out randomly? Because that'll be easier for you.
That'd be way easier for me, actually. So here we go. A random one that I just pulled out is the Chowan River, North Carolina.
Ooh, hidden gem. Not a lot of people know about it.
Now everybody knows.
Very, very good chance of catching 10-pounders.
That looks like a stud that guy's holding.
It is a tidal fishery. So
What about accessibility? Good or bad?
So I'm not super familiar with it to know as much about accessibility.
Well, so I know a couple guys.
I know about it. I've
Yeah.
never fished there though. So
I know some guys that I went to college with that fish it a couple times a year in the Elite 70, and they rave about the place. And in terms of accessibility, it fishes similar in accessibility standpoint to like the Potomac, and there's a decent amount of ramps. You can launch in the Chowan and stay there. You could launch on the Albemarle Sound and some of those areas and stay there. Running is not super crazy. It can get rough, but the sound from what I hear is pretty shallow. So you kind of got to know what you're doing to run around it. I think accessibility is pretty decent from what I've been told. I've never fished it, but for me personally, this one's legendary mainly. And the reason I say that is because when MLF went there, the locals were pissed.
versatility.
I don't know about the versatility.
I mean, just going from tournament results, what Wheeler and when MLF was there, Wheeler was second scoping and right? Or am I thinking? I'm thinking of James.
That was the James.
That was a James.
I think next year is when Bassmaster is going to be going there. There hasn't been a big tournament there, like from the elites. The BPT. I'm sorry, the BPT went there.
I just can't remember who won and how they won. I knew there was a lot of typical title fishing. Chatterbait and pads and things like that. But that's title fishing, so it's not.
Right.
I wouldn't really call it super versatile. I mean, I got to give it. I got to give it like a strong B.
Ooh, we got a B. Oh, that's going to make people really happy. I can't wait to see how people react to that in the comments.
I say a strong B, like bordering on legendary, because I feel like one of the things that I don't know. I feel like the popularity of an area should probably lay into this. Like it doesn't have the history, right?
That's a good point.
Like Bugs Island. Bugs Island has a huge history behind it. So I don't know if that should play into our ranking or not. But I would probably put it in that.
I like Shane A-. Shane has another comment. So if you guys don't know, Shane actually runs the largest online tournament organization in the United States for like national tournaments, and he says I have folks fishing my online tournaments that crush it there. They see a lot of 6 and 7 pounders turned in. If you want, just for time, and this, how about this? We'll do this. We'll go a pass through, and then we can reshuffle it as we start fleshing out this board. How about that?
Cool.
I like
So I
that.
guess the B.
I
is-
like the A-.
Yeah, I mean a strong B.
Strong B.
Very, very strong B.
Okay.
If not,
Aries.
I mean, if not,
All right, let's go strong. We'll go with a strong B. I know that's going to get me killed in the comment section for that. We're going to go strong bead. We got one here that says that place is very diverse. You can do a lot in that body of water. B+. I know. Now everyone's like saying like I should have a B+ rating and all that other crap. Jesus. All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
that's
Morgan from
Morgan
Propeller
from,
Dynamics.
Propeller Dynamics. That just
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man.
Snail powered Ford.
Chat.
It took a
Great
second to
show, by the
register
way.
there.
Great show, guys. Go check that out on Bass and Beer Radio. It was last Friday, correct?
Yes.
Yep, just
Yeah.
a few days ago.
Man, there was so much information in that show that, I got to go back and rewatch it probably 2 or 3 times. And
So what
take
do
notes.
we got next?
Let's see. Guys, what we're going to do now, because I have the bigger images here if you're just joining in, I'm just randomly going to be clicking on some of these to make sure we get them all in. We have a Maryland one I just clicked on right here, which is Lake.
That's not Maryland.
Oh, I'm sorry, Norfolk. I can't read. All right. We got, I don't even know how to say that. Lake Kuhuni. Cahoon
Lake Cahoon.
Cohoon.
and Norfolk.
Really? Never heard of it. Actually,
Never heard of it.
Chat, help me out because I had Chaz on and he said like this was a decent fishery. So, which is funny. And this was I'm going to tell you guys when I upload this is you guys don't want to talk about your fishery, but if I rank this as dog shit, you will 100% be in the comment section saying like it's not dog shit, but you won't rank it legendary. It is over, I think 1,000 acres.
There's Riverboat Rob. What's up, Robbie?
So it's a really small lake.
It's electric motor only. It's part of the Norfolk chain of lakes. There's like 5 or 6 lakes. If let's see. I think
Chad says he's got 2 10-pounders out of there.
Oh, okay. Here, let's pull that up there. 2 10-pounders out of there. So it is electric motor only. It looks like, based on what I researched, is there is access to it and it's not limited. They don't shut it off in the winter months. So
Is it so? Can we define the electric only? Like, can I launch a bass boat there and just trolling motor, or is it like our electric lakes up here where like Pretty Boy and Loch Raven where you cannot have a gas motor on your boat?
Okay, so Chaz says not electric only, 9.9 only. And then we got Aaron Ball that says A+ lake, 9 HP, D-. Ooh. That's a good
I mean,
point.
that weighs pretty hard into the accessibility part.
I can
That
tell
is
you right
true.
now, that's the lake that I'll probably
But at
never
1,000
fish because of that.
But at 1,000 acres, I can cover that entire lake in a day on a trolling motor.
Yeah, like I mean,
Just saying.
comment section's got a good point there though, because
My
if it's like,
trolling motor goes 4.5 miles an hour. We can cover a whole lot of it.
all right, I just pulled this up right here. Here we go. Okay, is one of the 4 water supply reservoirs owned by the city of Portsmouth. Portsmouth, yeah, I think that's right. Portmouth, sorry, but located in Suffolk. Lake Mead, Lake Kibble, Lake Spaghetti Run, I guess, and there's other 3 guys. I have been having tequila shots, so I apologize. My reading will be interesting. Cahoon is 510 acres, offers excellent fishing. Okay, but it's 510. Okay, so trolling motor only. That's not bad.
That's
not
That's
bad.
reasonable. At
Okay.
510 acres, yeah. That's
That's doable.
All right,
It's a
chat.
little
Let
off
us
the
know.
8,000 acres.
Are we going legendary? Or are we going B with this one? Let us know,
I
chat.
gotta go
and then-
B.
I gotta-
because of
yeah,
the-
go B?
I gotta go B because of the 9.9.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like we just don't know enough. Going B.
I'm going B. I'm going B because of the 9.9.
Chaz, if you don't know, I am killing this bottle of tequila tonight because I don't have work tomorrow. So yeah, the reading will be interesting as this goes down. Chaz says
That's
D.
just-
Just gonna progressively get worse.
Oh yeah, and it's not good to begin with. Yeah,
I'm
Shane
gonna go
says
B
510
because
is decent.
of the 9.9. I mean, it
Okay.
sounds like there's a lot of. I mean, it sounds like there's big fish there. From what our viewers are saying, it's a good lake. But that 9.9, any of these lakes, these 9.9 or electric only lakes,
9.9.
that really
All right, let's go B.
that really kills my opinion.
Because it sounds like there's not like I feel like some of these lakes, if you're catching like 30 pounds easily, that should probably automatically kick it to legendary. There should be like some like caveats to that, I think. But yeah, it doesn't sound like it's one of those crazy lakes. So, but we have some of this on there.
One of my biggest annoyances in fishing is no wake zones. Like if I have to idle some one of the reasons I don't fish Aquia as much as I do is because of the 6 mile an hour zone.
Oh, really?
I can't stand idling, idling for a quarter mile or a half a mile. So
Ooh, okay. Aaron Ball says all of those Suffolk lakes kick out 30+ pound bags. That is crazy. Let's see. What do we got next? We got some guys. We got some crazy ones on this list. All right. I think we got maybe our first dog shit one. Maybe Philpott Lake. Philpott Lake in Southwest Virginia. It is one of the ground zero areas for the spotted bass invasion. Let me pull up some more information on it. So
that's a pretty big spot that guy's holding up there.
yep, it is it's close to 3,000 acres big, and there's no outboard restrictions. You can
2,880 acres.
Yep, and you can run a 300 horsepower outboard and kill everybody. No one cares.
I'm going to come out of the gate on this one and say it's a B.
Do you know
Ooh.
anything about it?
I so two of my buddies
Tony
from,
Tony heard small place and run a 300. And he's like, I'm in.
two of my really good buddies, Zach and Jackson, are both guys that fish a lot of Virginia lakes, and they fish tournaments down there regularly. Now, a good bag on Philpott's like in the 16 to 17 to 18 pound range,
They
but
don't have the size.
they don't, because it's spotted bass, so they don't have the size. But I mean, there's usually a mixed bag. So guys usually are coming in with a mixture of largemouth, smallmouth, and spots. So that helps the versatility factor.
That's a nice spot, right?
I mean, I think it's I've heard it's a pretty good lake from what I've been told. We haven't talked about this with a lot of other lakes, but the scenery is supposed to be really, really nice. It's a very natural lake. There's not a whole lot going on around it. I'm going to say B because from what I've heard is you can go catch a lot of fish. You can do it a lot of different ways.
Doesn't have the size. How's the accessibility?
Accessibility is really good. Let's see. We got Aaron Ball says
Maybe a
April
C,
May is
B or
really
C.
good. And then guys, I'm going to open up the phone lines here. 667-307-8583.
I can say
Next
B.
caller in the next 2 minutes, we'll get on the air if you want to talk about this. But otherwise, I think we're going to go with a B.
Well, wait a minute now. I think actually I rethought about it. I think C only because of the other lakes in Virginia that are way better. I think it's a good lake.
Let's not comparatively. Let's just say like, hey, I'm going to this lake and I'm going to, how is it going to be? Like, am I going to have a good time?
Aaron, call on the show. Those men are misinformed. Call in, make a statement. Where should Philpott be?
Yeah,
I'm saying
hit
C.
that phone number. It's time for Better Call Paul.
Right.
Because I can have fun in a body of water that doesn't have big fish.
Yeah.
So, rating my experience just solely on the size of the fish that are in a body of water isn't really, Shane, we got Shane saying C, it's an average lake.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think in that case, I think C is fair for this place.
All right,
Let's
guys,
go
let
C.
us know in the chat. Put in B, C, or D for dog shit. Oh my goodness, we do have a call-in number. Okay, let me patch this person in. Hold on, let me shut down the phone line. All right, 814.
Is it gonna be Rob?
You are on the show right now. Can you hear me?
It's Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah, it's Aaron. I'm not going to stand for this talk of Philpott Lake. There is no way in the world that we're putting Philpott Lake at a B at the same quality as the Suffolk Lake. Solid D.
Oh, you're going
That's a
dog
good
shit. Okay.
So,
Yeah, he's got a valid point.
Dog shit.
All right, give me a reason why. Give me your statement.
I mean, like the guy was saying, that you might catch 16 or 17 pounds like in the spring, but routinely, I think it takes maybe 10 pounds to win, and it's super deep, terrible bass fishing, 100%.
But am I going to go there and catch 100 fish?
If we're comparing
even
it
if
to
they're
the other,
2-pounders, am I
Yeah,
going to go there
I
and
don't
catch
even-
100 fish?
absolutely not. Like I said, maybe in April and May, which is obviously when all the lakes are good. But if you went there in the summer or the fall, you're not catching anything. Our club fished a tournament there, and I think it took less than 10 pounds to win.
God damn.
I mean,
right.
Wow.
I've seen less than 10 pounds.
There and Clater.
So,
Clater, two of the worst lakes in the state.
well, Clater's on the list too.
Exactly.
Josh Torres. I love Josh Torres. Is where in the hell is Philpott? I had to scroll through Google Maps to find all these lakes, guys.
Which is right. The other thing, it's in the middle of nowhere. And if you're going that way, you might as well go to South Holston. So.
Yeah, well, and south is that we're gonna get to that lake too. But no, Aaron, thank you so much.
I need to fish Virginia more.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get through all 50
It's not even
lakes
that
tonight.
far, and we just don't go there.
No, I don't.
But,
I fish Lake
Perfect.
Anaheim. That's it.
Aaron, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I put you on hold. Oh shit!
Hey,
No, I
shout
dropped
out
this call.
Aaron
Whoops,
for being
sorry.
the first call in.
All right, so
Right, yeah,
Aaron,
awesome.
so based on Aaron's assessment, I'm gonna let's rate that dog shit.
We'll go to dog shit.
all right.
I have reservations, but I've never fished it, and he has, so his opinion outweighs mine.
Yep. So we have it set as dog shit, and I don't, guys. Sorry about the ads and stuff. I wasn't paying a shit ton of money just for this for one night. Anyway, So,
Alden, so Alden Boswell said he caught 7 pounds at a high school event there 6 years ago and got top 5.
yeah, that's pretty crap. That is pretty crap. Let's see. Let me pull up another one here. Let us go. Ooh, okay, here we go. We're gonna go to a North Carolina border lake, Lake Hyco. Lake Hyco.
Oh, I don't have any experience there.
Never fished it. Never heard of it.
I never
Dog shit.
Jeez.
just dog shit. I've never been there, so it must be crap.
He's just clickbaiting, like just trying to get everyone pissed. Lake Hyco, North Carolina.
More comments is dog shit.
All right, here we go. All right, pulling up Hyco now. Now this is like damn near on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. Lake Hyco Reservoir. It's close to. Is it 5,000 acres? I believe. Where is the acreage? Yep.
Right
okay,
there.
so it's 3,000 acres.
3,750.
And I believe this is the nuclear power plant lake, or maybe it might be Mayo.
Oh, I see.
Yep. There it is. Power generated plant.
Power generation lakes get a bump. You know, sometimes they'll get a. If it's
Ooh, do we have
nuclear-
another hot side lake
If
to
it's
travel
nuclear,
to?
if it's nuclear, that gives it a bump up. Because
But is it private?
that means you can fish it in the wintertime, and so that gives it a little bump. You know?
So no major tournaments, no BFLs or stuff. It is 100% public stuff. It's generated with warm water, just like the private side of Lake Anna. So it will be warmer throughout the year. Not a lot of boat docks though, allegedly from what people on the show said. So
okay, I'm fine with that. I hate fishing boat docks anyway.
are we putting that as a CB? Just kind of like it's warmer
C.
so in their winter. C.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, unless somebody has some experience there and can tell us that it's kicking out 25-pound bags.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section down below, guys. Where do you guys think this should rank? Just let me know in the comments right now. I'm going to keep the phone lines closed because I want to make sure we can kind of get through a bunch of these. I'll definitely open the phone lines if we have a log jam because we have so many to get through. But I'm thinking B. I'm thinking a B.
You thinking a B?
I'm thinking a B. I'm
Right,
not
bro?
going legendary, but
Do we know what do we know what size bags come out of there?
I know that there's been a couple of 8-pounders come out of there. I know that there's a lot of fish, but I think with a lot of these nuclear powered lakes, what ends up happening is you don't have the same size, but you also have more quantity and it's warmer water. So you have the fun factor of being able to go there different times a year.
Right. You can go there in the winter when it's
Yeah.
negative 14 degrees here, like it is here.
Yeah. And to me, there's that fun factor, which is low to mid 20s. Oh, we got Chaz. Chaz, I mean, I could send you a link, Chaz, if you want to just come on this show. We're just shooting the shit and I'm drinking a bottle of tequila.
I mean, loaded. Yeah. Okay. So let's call it a B.
Oh, we got Josh Evans that says, can't call in, but my top 3 in the region would be the Susky, Tidal Potomac, and Little Seneca, though a lot of folks hate Little Seneca. I should have put Little Seneca on the damn list. Shit. Sorry, Josh. That was one I missed. I got all of the Baltimore lakes, though. We're going to be going through all the Baltimore lakes because I knew that was going to...
All right. So let's throw that as a B.
All right, let's go.
I mean, if it kicks out in low to mid 20s, that's solid. I'll take
is
that any day,
That is really solid. All right. And then I already did that comment. Cool. All righty. As we kind of keep on struggling through this bus here, let us go. Where's my little list?
And I'm only giving that a B because it's not something that I've fished. So I can't really give it like a legendary status.
Yeah.
in the area.
And then again, for everyone that's listening in, next year we're going to lengthen this up. We'll start earlier. I'm thinking we'll do this every single year, and we can adjust our listing a little bit as the fisheries adjust. But let's go back to
Just grab one random.
randomly.
Whatever the first
Okay,
one,
Eeny,
whatever the
meeny,
first one
miny.
is on there.
Okay.
The Pocomoke. So this is a tidal river on the eastern shore of Maryland. There is about 15 miles of river that's fishable for bass. The fish are small, but you catch a ton of them. It's a very fun place to fish. It's very scenic. It's something that in Maryland you don't get a lot of. Kind of like the James, a lot of cypress trees. There's not a lot of. It's mostly housed within state park, so you don't have Scenery wise, very beautiful because you don't have a lot of urbanization in that area. I mean, it's a very fun lake.
Josh Evans Pokemoke his ass.
Pokemoke is definitely it. Yes, this is a dink fishery, 100%. I won the Bass Nation State Championship in October
Okay, damn.
with 19 and a half pounds for 2 days. I wouldn't say that it's dog shit.
I think it's a C.
I thought it was incredibly fun. I mean, 20 to 50 fish a day. Every day I was there. I was there for a week. So, I mean, you catch a lot of fish, but they're small. So C.
Yeah.
C is my.
Ooh, okay. Well, Joshua Torres says Pokemoke fun E. Yeah, it'll be okay. But hey, we got C. Everyone's
I don't think Josh did very well in that.
C,
tournament.
senor.
C. It's a C. Dog shit.
Josh was also in that tournament that I won, fishing as a co-angler, and I don't think he had a very good. I don't think he had a very good tournament. So I'm sure that's. I'm sure that's weighing on his on his judgment of the Pokemoke. But Pokemoke's a fun place. Like you're going to catch a lot of fish there. We also hit it on a major cold front too, so that didn't help.
Let us go.
Rodney says his top three are James Chick, Albemarle Sound, Rivers, and Smith Mountain Lake.
Well, we probably now finally have one in the legendary status. Here we go.
Susquehanna River. Are we
Absolute-
talking like the
hands
whole
down
Susquehanna
legendary.
River?
Whole
From, like,
Susquehanna River.
Dog shit.
calling it from like from Conowingo North.
Conowingo North all the way to the split where the Julietta feeds in.
Legendary, hands down.
You didn't separate
Yeah.
Conowingo, did you? You just left
Yeah,
it in
I
Susquehanna?
separated Conowingo.
Conowingo could possibly go above.
Not that it changes anything.
Conowingo might be able to go to God mode.
No.
Conowingo's God mode?
No.
I mean,
would-
Susquehanna. I'm sorry.
the Susquehanna.
The
might be-
Susquehanna. I'm thinking of Conowingo because I'm like,
Legendary.
Conowingo and the Susquehanna.
Legendary.
People-
Susquehanna could go to God mode.
People travel from all over the country to
Yeah.
fish the Susquehanna River in that Harrisburg, middle Susquehanna area.
Yeah, definitely legendary for sure.
I mean, it kicks out not only numbers, but numbers of big fish.
Numbers, bags, fun, scenery, accessibility.
Scenery's
What do you
But-
mean sceneries? I watch bald eagles fight each other flying in the trees like, ah! That's pretty cool.
See that on the
Okay,
gunpowder,
yeah,
like,
Matt,
every
I get
day.
yes, Juniata. I must be like, yeah, I must be on the spectrum or something, or the autism.
Juanita?
Juniata. I heard Kerr is
Juanita.
Renee, I heard Kerr is Thomas. Oh, we're gonna be talking about that place. Believe that. After we flesh out this list, because if Philpout is dog shit, where are we putting Kerr? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all
Right.
I'm gonna say there. Okay, cool.
Just like
So-
anybody in water, depends on how well you know it.
yeah, we'll get to that one. Let's see. Let's go with what's next.
What we got next?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Actually, let me just pull one out from here. Let's go with. We're gonna go with Western Branch, Norfolk. Let me find a bigger image here for that bad boy. Western Branch, Norfolk. It is one of the bigger
So this is-
reservoirs in.
This is one of those Norfolk lakes.
Yep, there's 4 of them. I tried to get the ones that look like the biggest. Western Branch, Norfolk Lake, and I will pull up its little thing. We can talk about it.
It's got a Publix.
It does
Gotta
have
get
Publix.
get some high quality fried chicken.
Folk.
I mean, good food is definitely a plus. It gives you
Yeah.
some bonus points.
All right. And then I know Chaz, if he's in the comment section, he's probably going to go crazy with this place. But this is one of the 6 water supply reservoirs owned by the city of Norfolk that are open to fishing. The Western Branch Reservoir of Lake Prince are located in the Suffolk. Burke
1265.
Mills Reservoir is Isles White County. Blah blah blah. We don't care about all that. This lake is over 1,200 acres, and it's probably 9 outboard. But I know there's a lot of dirty 30s pronounced there. Joshua says it is pronounced no fuck. I am not Asian, if that is the correct way you're supposed to say that.
Norfolk.
We too low.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
There you go, Rodney.
Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Norfolk. Okay.
Norfolk.
All right, so Nafak, I think we're gonna be.
I got to give it B again
Western
because
no fuck.
999.
You mean C?
No, I'll give it B.
Chaz,
Hey, you
skip
can
on
you can
over
do
Western
some
Brand,
things
give
to
it a D.
9.9s though.
I don't know. I'm at this.
I mean, if you're
Never
telling me
heard of
that if you're telling me it takes that you get multiple 30-pound, did you just say there was multiple 30-pound?
He's giving a D because he likes it.
Oh, that's true. With Chaz, is that mean it's actually better?
Yeah, I don't know if we can trust his opinion here. So you're saying multiple 30-pound bags have come out of there?
I don't know.
Allegedly, multiple 30-pound bags have come out of there, but
I think it's a C because of the factor that if none of us have ever really heard of it, nobody travels to go there. It
We
can't
already-
be that good if
we already did
nobody
cocaine.
travels
Chaz
to go
says
there.
it's not bad. Well, it's a 9.9 outboard restriction.
So that
That doesn't make it bad. That just makes it limited.
right. So that definitely takes it down. It takes it down in a rank for sure.
I say C for me. I know we already put it at B, but
just take a 250 and slap a 9.9 sticker on it. No one
Well-
will know the difference.
Yeah, no one will know.
Jeff says, "Ella, the Res is the fastest 9.9s in the area."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Those 9.9s are not 9.9s. Those people are getting where they need to go.
But I can't take my boat there.
No, you're not
That's-
taking
so
your boat there.
accessibility
right.
kind of sucks.
I
I
guess,
say-
yeah,
yeah.
considering you're in a expensive skeeter
Right.
and you're not going to go build another boat so that
Right.
you can go do that.
So
yeah.
if I feel like it's that if you need a custom build, to
What
fit
if you
someplace-
told the DNR that it identifies as a 9.9?
Does it-
It
Can
might-
they argue that?
Nowadays, they might actually go for that.
Matt, so we're kind of going like, so he said, yeah, it's insane saying a 9.9 takes it down a notch. So this is from my perspective. This is
No,
for anyone, right? So that factors into accessibility. Like if
Yeah,
it's 9,
that's-
it's 9.9. And
I agree. I agree with Matt's comment. Matt McCluskey, thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, I agree with Matt's comment. I don't think so.
I think it does.
I think
because
there's a
not
lot
everything
of
is.
lakes that are. I think there's a lot of reservoirs that are 9.9 restricted that are hammers.
They're hammers, but
McCluskey's-
it still takes them down. It
Yeah.
still takes them down a notch
So-
because you can't just dump anything
Or
in there.
does
like, I'm
it take
limited to
it up a
trailer.
notch because you have less boat traffic?
So here's the scoring status because I think McCluskey just joined the conversation: is access, quality,
Have you ever-
quantity,
you ever seen
versatility,
Aquaplane?
boat traffic. So, but so here's the thing. So the point is, what I'm
9.9
saying
and
is
there's a shit ton of boat traffic.
access.
Everybody.
Yeah, access and
Now
yeah,
forgive me.
I think it knocks it down. It knocks it down just a notch for. Now I'm not saying that makes it dog shit, over legendary, but that might take it down to like a B level because
All right.
if
everyone,
I'm
like,
if I'm
cast your
looking
vote.
at this list,
I say C.
if I'm objectively looking at this list, like I'm just a viewer that's going through this list trying to figure out a place that I
What's
wanna
up,
fish,
Adam?
and you tell me that a place is legendary, but I can't fish there because I don't have a John boat with a 9.9 on it. I feel like that takes it down a notch.
I agree personally. That's just my
Oh shit.
opinion.
Okay. So show of hands because we have to go through this again once we get everything put out there. 'cause
Yes,
it's probably
Shane.
gonna shift.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We got so if it's electric only, does it drop it down as well? Oh God.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Yes.
it depends on the factors though, because again, if
You're
it's
so limited. With
Is there something?
Is there a boat ramp
there has
every
to-
quarter mile?
Well, there has to be a.
So-
there's got to be a
If it's-
standout reason.
if it's
for it-
2,000 acres, electric motor only, and you're only catching 20 pounds, it's really hard to cover it. If it's 1,000 acres and you're catching dirty 30s all the time, probably will bump it up to legendary,
Yes.
even though it's electric motor only. So
Yeah.
everything fluctuates there because
Agreed. Yeah.
because like the res in the springtime, I know if you don't have an 8-pounder, just throw everything back. So does that jump it up? Probably. But if you're talking about the Western branch, if it only takes 23 pounds, okay.
you
what's
one of the
1,000
purest,
acres?
Shane?
Well, yeah. Shane's got the coolest ass boat from Tricked Out Tins, by the way, that he's getting built. Huge shout out
yes,
to
sir.
Tricked Out Tins. But yeah, so okay. So everyone on here is definitely giving the shit for the. We had so many people. The show session has ended because there wasn't. What did it? Oh, I just hit the end button on that. Sorry, guys. So I will reattach the call-in number because apparently I just hit that with my hand. Let's go with. We'll put that up as a B. Fine. Let's get
Yeah,
into some of
Travis,
this stuff.
kind of DMV area,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, lower Pennsylvania,
If
that area.
if I'm talking from the border region of North Carolina, Virginia, so Hyco, Mayo, all those lakes right there on the Roanoke River, and then we're gonna go from the Susquehanna River down. The Delaware River is not on here. It probably could have been, but I feel like that would have been like a D to C rating because I don't know who would be smoking, saying like, yeah, that's a B material. I love fishing, 80-foot tide swings. So like, who would be doing that, honestly?
Right.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
I think there's there's definitely determining factors that can overcome that restriction, that horsepower restriction. But
All right.
All right. Next one.
Next one. Let us get here while I figure out what the hell's going on with this phone. Oh, sweet. We get to go with this one here. We're going to go with.
Western Branch.
We just did that one.
Nope.
Pretty
Give
boy.
it a second.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, so access. That first thing that comes to mind. Got to be you got to have a permit to fish there.
Yeah.
And you can only launch your boat in 3 bodies of water legally. So if you're fishing there, you have to have a specific rig.
Thank
so
you
access
for calling
takes it.
Call-In Studios host and call script
Whoops.
line.
That's weird.
Please enter your show.
We'll do
So-
that later, guys.
So access, it's electric only. You have to have a permit. Access knocks that way down. Fishing there, I mean, you have giant largemouth, giant smallmouth.
It's a B.
I actually take it a C.
I was gonna say,
It's a B.
see, I have a lot of experience on that
The
lake.
fishing is fantastic, but there's a limited amount of permits.
I wouldn't say it's fantastic either.
I give
It
it
can
a
be.
B. I'm going to give
Can
it a
be,
B
yeah.
just as I'm going to give the other reservoirs a B when we get to it because they're limited in pretty much the same ways.
Well,
No, I give it a C.
I'm giving Pretty Boy a C. We'll
Ooh,
talk
here we
about
go.
it.
Here we go. Shane's got a good comment here, though. Yep, limited for sure. Great Lake, but a C. Because again, guys, this is why we have to have these ratings. Because for the Pretty Boy and the Lock Raven and stuff like that, if you have to pay a membership to be there, or you have to only have a specialty boat that you have to register with the fucking state because communism, should that be ranked the same way
Well,
as
except
res?
Just fishes well,
Well-
and it produces good bags of fish.
Yeah, but on the accessibility option too, you can't even get to the good areas. Unless you have a
But you
specialty
could say
rig.
the same
Yeah.
thing about Romney around here.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
no.
No,
If you don't have
literally
a
can't get to them unless you
Yeah.
have a $50,000 electric rig. You
Yeah.
don't have the battery
It's
power.
just
to
you're
get
too
to
far
it.
away.
It's just
Yeah.
too far away.
I say C. I mean, I spent a lot of time fishing Pretty Boy.
I fished
Um,
Pretty Boy a lot
Yeah.
back in the day.
When I was in college, I fished it a lot. I had a little reservoir rig. I had a reservoir runner, which is an old school big electric motor, and I couldn't even get a lot of places.
Are those areas good because they have less pressure, though?
Not
Yes and
really.
no.
Yeah, yes and no. I
Right.
mean,
Better structure. There's just not spending a lot of money on a boat just to fish 3. Yeah, Mike Wheeler, it's a good old snails. Says not spending a lot of money on a boat just to fish 3 lakes.
I would
like that's
yeah.
a big I mean, to me that's a big deal.
I mean, the
Yeah.
big bags, 5-fish bags that come out of this place in the fall are like low 20s, like 21 is 22 is like a mega bag there. So
Well,
you're not dropping
I mean,
30s either.
20. What do we see? Like, I think there was like 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so
we're-
there's big
I mean,
fish
it's-
there, but it's, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah,
it-
22.5. Craig said.
so if the all-time record is 22.5 and we're putting dirty 30s in B, you can't put this in a B. You have to put it as a C.
I put it as a C.
And I fished
Alrighty.
it. I have a lot of time on it. I still give it a C.
So why don't we if you guys want to call in, I'm gonna open up the phone lines again because I actually fixed it while they were talking. 667-307-8583. If y'all are one of those Baltimoreans who love these lakes, make a case. Why should it not be dog shit or a C? I'm
going
gonna
C.
give you guys 1 minute to try to call into this bad boy here.
The biggest reason why I say it's a C is it's tremendously difficult to fish in the
So
summer.
give them a second to call in, and then just go to Lock Raven, and we can talk about that next.
There's a
Tuesday.
lot of
Oh,
places.
boy.
They're all the same.
In the summertime.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, yeah. Lock Ravens had to be on it. Like again, like I get it. Like for all the chat, I know on Instagram, guys, I've been ignoring you. I apologize for that as well. But
Yeah, so you're gonna put Lock Ravens as a C?
No.
ooh,
I put
ooh.
Lock Raven as a B
I'd go higher
Yeah.
than that, personally. But we're going to get
for
to that.
reasons. for reasons.
So yeah,
Ridiculous.
guys, clock is ticking. You guys got 30 seconds to call in if you want to. Oh, Shane says Lock
geez.
Raven is a C as well.
It's a B, and it's for the same exact reasons, because the time, the ramp, the season sucks, and that's it. Other than that,
Are we talking
it's
about
amazing.
Lock Raven?
Yeah,
Lock Raven?
Lock Raven.
If we're
Yeah.
talking about Lock Raven,
Limited amount of time to fish. What, April? April to November.
yeah,
So limited amount of time to fish. Again, you have to have your permits, and the Lock Raven permit's the hardest one to get.
Lock Raven is difficult to get.
right.
But on the other hand, you see 9-pounders come out of there every year.
dude, I see guys catching bags off the shore.
Yeah.
At Lock Raven, like
Yeah.
It's definitely a strong B. Lock Raven is a strong B.
I give it no.
It's a
I'm,
B.
I'm not giving it a strong B. I'm giving it a weak B because of the accessibility. Because
Yeah.
you can only fish it a limited amount of time.
You got to have a
You have to
specialty
have a
boat,
specialty
you know.
boat. You have to have the permit. So that's going to knock it down. I would almost put it at a C, because of that. You know?
Yeah, but the
it's
fishing
just
is incredible.
the fishing's so
The
good.
fishing's
I'm not
very
gonna put
good
it at a
though,
C.
so I'm putting it at a B.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you could, all right.
I mean,
I'll
you can
say
go to
this.
Lock Raven. I mean, it's nothing to go to Lock Raven and have a.
Is it
50
actually
50 to
hard to get a
100 fish
permit
head.
for a rig at Lock
It's
Raven?
very Oh yeah.
Really?
There's so many people. I would say
Yeah, because
put it
there's
this way.
so many people trying to get permits, and they only give a limited.
So
number.
we're gonna call it a B. If you could put any boat in there, it'd be legendary.
If you 100%. If you could launch an actual bass boat in there, legendary without a doubt.
No, I agree, and that's why McCluskey. That's why we had to do this list, and then why we try to do this, where it's like accessibility has to be on there. Accessibility. Now, again, we're splitting hairs with this potentially, but we have Pretty Boy as a C. Let's go with Lock Raven then. What are we saying for Lock Raven?
B.
Yeah, definitely a B.
Well, we got Headwaters Gym that has an interesting thing. Headwaters Gym says B minus. Would anyone put this as a legendary at all?
No.
Only if you could get on it. If you could get on it, well, reasonable, like
The
and it wasn't-
accessibility.
Yeah,
The
the accessibility
accessibility
is a bitch.
Does
Ruins it.
Florida have like reservoirs or like anything like that? I mean, they have just like lakes everywhere.
I'm sure they do. A lot of places have like.
Yeah,
treasure
but
countries.
reservoirs are like a
What's going on,
or
Jason?
northern
Your
thing.
Highland Reservoir. What's up,
Not in
Jason?
Florida. There's no
Yeah,
Highland
it's because
reservoirs in
it's all
Florida.
lowland.
Yeah, 'cause
So.
they don't have mountains.
Wait, did you just say there's a Highland Reservoir in Florida?
No. I'm just saying, like, do they have like reservoirs? Like, not like.
They have reservoirs, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely I agree with the B on this one.
Yeah, 350 permits limited for Lock Raven. That definitely knocks it down. It would be 100% legendary if it wasn't for that.
All right, so Lock Raven is B. All right, so far, guys, just to get a little recap here as we go into this, we have the only legendary we have. Susquehanna River. B, we have Raystown Reservoir in Pennsylvania, the Chawan in North Carolina, Lake Cahoon in North Norfolk. We have Hyco Lake, a power generated lake in North Carolina. Then we have the Western Branch in Norfolk, and then we have Lock Raven. Sea level lakes would be the Youghiogheny Lake because there's no effing water in it right now. The Pocomoke in Maryland, and then we have the Pretty Boy Reservoir in Maryland. And then the only dog shit so far is Philpott Lake. All
Cool.
right, let's get on here. Okay, we're gonna go with. Let me eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch tiger by the toe. Let us go with Burke Lake, and I know there's one that popped up there. Let me delete that. There we go. Burke Lake in Virginia. Burke Lake. This one is going to piss some people off in the comment section, no matter where this gets ranked.
Just going by my boy Rodney's comment there, this is legendary.
I don't know anything about it. I know nothing about this place.
Burke Lake.
Yep, legendary.
I like
Everybody's just like, yeah, this is terrible. Never go there.
dog shit. If you think Philpott is dog shit, you're missing it. No, Randy, dude, like, hey, listen, this is the fans voted on this, Randy. I appreciate that. And if you want, you can make a Starling argument to why we need to bump this up. But we had Aaron Ball call in to express why he believed this was, which was bad. I absolutely adore this
Jason
show.
said, now Jason says Berg sucks. I tend to believe Jason.
We
Jason-
have
Hey, what's up? We got Buckland up in here.
everyone is telling us in the chat it sucks. No one is saying that place is good.
Yeah. So maybe they were being serious.
So
Rodney says he's never been there.
Yeah.
Jason says it sucks. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Jason, and we'll.
So
Maybe
Burke
we'll
Lake
call
is
this dog shit.
218 acres really
Dog
close
shit.
to Occoquan Reservoir in the
Y'all
heart
trying to
of
keep the
Northern Virginia.
secrets on the down low.
Oh, this
Yeah.
yeah. If you guys want to go rip this place up, you're more
You
than
said
welcome.
200 acres.
200 acres in the
So
middle.
it's like a big pond.
It's a big pond in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, garbage.
All right,
Next.
there we go.
I mean, am I catching 10-pounders out of it?
No.
And then dog shit.
Garbage.
Let's see. Yeah, and then as Shane says, go 5 miles south and fish the res. Yep.
I don't know nothing about any of it, so I believe
Oh,
you.
the res is.
The res is legendary. We're gonna wait on that one because I'm pretty sure there are gonna be like 50 people calling in, depending on where we put that thing.
I saw Jeff Whitner in the comments. He's a res guy.
Yeah, let's go. Ooh, here we go. Let me pull this one up here. And the next is the Upper Rappahannock River. Now, this is what's interesting with Virginia is so many of these rivers are half tidal, half smallmouth. So I just split them. So you have the smallmouth portion and then the tidal. So this is the upper portion, which is above Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's all smallmouth and maybe a couple of green bass.
How's the accessibility?
It's not great, and the size isn't great right now. So
Can I put is this like a kayak only area?
puck and jet boat.
Kayak and jet boat only.
So you need a
that
specialty boat.
Specialty boat. I think that one.
True, but it didn't hurt
size
the
it-
Susquehanna. Didn't hurt the Susquehanna though.
Yeah, but when you're catching 34 pounders a day, this
Yeah,
is
and you're traveling from California to fish it.
yeah.
This is true.
I-
Anyone want to defend the Upper Rappahannock in the chat?
So if you're not catching big fish, are you catching a lot of fish?
No, not right now.
So if you're not catching a lot of fish and you're not catching big fish and you need a specialty boat to go there, dog shit.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
kind
you
of
got
leaning
dog
that
shit.
way
Does
too.
everyone agree dog shit? All right, cool. C due to accessibility, but we got only one C and everyone else has dog shit, so we're gonna have the dog shit win out. So I apologize for that. But again, we could go back to this, guys. Fear not if you're upset with this. At the end of the show, you can call in or we can adjust it based on that. Because as you can tell, we're finally trimming this down.
We got a few C's coming in. So we got 3 C's coming in. for
I'm
the Upper Rappahannock.
surprised.
So we can move that. You want to move that to a C? Like I'm gonna defer to the viewers on this one because I've never fished it.
I catch let's see, because we got Ever Gardner. Let's see, I catch the rap is not dog shit. Okay, cool. We got I catch
says he catches
a lot of fish. And I agree with you, Paul, because like immediately when Burke Lake came on, 50 people was flooding it like this is shit, burn it alive. So like they will tell us, I think, if it's not good.
Yeah. I'll defer to the viewers on that one.
Alrighty. So what
If we don't have viewer input, I kind of have to
Go off of
just
limited,
kind of go
yeah.
off a scale type deal. So
All
I'll
right,
follow
let
just
us
the information
go
we have.
with let's see what's
What's
next.
our next random lake?
Our next random lake will be, I think, there we go. Ooh, wrong. Wait, why is it still there? Okay, there we go. Here we go. Is Leesville underneath Smith Mountain Lake?
All right, guys, we're gonna need some.
So,
Some
So-
You
viewers.
got this one?
I have not fished this one, but I know a buddy of mine who lives on Smith Mountain, and he said it's not even worth the time. I mean,
Is it that
now
close to
I
Smith
don't
Mountain?
know if that's because it's overshadowed by Smith Mountain Lake, but from what I've heard is that it's not. It's like not worth the time to go down there. It's small, not a lot of fish, not a whole lot of tournaments because it's not very good.
And it's 5 miles from Smith. Mountain.
so it is.
Dog shit for me.
So it is 3,400 acres. It's right below Smith Mountain Lake. There is no outboard restrictions. There are boat ramps, accessibility, no issues there. Here's the big takeaway. They use this lake to pump water back into Smith Mountain Lake. So it'll fluctuate between allegedly 1 to 5 to 6 feet randomly,
Chad,
depending on
so-
water being pumped back in.
So Chaz says it has huge lake swings, like
Yep.
you were saying, but it does have decent fish in it. He gives it a C. I can go C.
I've never fished it, so I would go off what he says.
It has potential, but wild swings. So yeah, I think a C there. You know, if you're saying it's not dog shit, I'll take your word for it.
Okay. So everyone agree with C? I think C is a good place for that. So right now, guys, if you're keeping track at home, the sea fisheries are the Youghiogheny Lake in Maryland, Pennsylvania, Pocomoke River in the eastern shore of Maryland, the Pretty Boy Reservoir in Baltimore, the Upper Rappahannock River, Leesville Lake, and then B level will be Raystown Reservoir, which possibly could be a B plus, but I forgot that rating. Probably would have been good. The Chowan River, North Carolina, the Lake Cahoon in Norfolk, North Virginia. Sorry guys, tequila. High Coat Lake, North Carolina, Western Branch in Norfolk, Virginia, and then Loch Raven. And of course, right now we only have one legendary status. So let me randomly randomize here, and let us get to another. All right, random. Here we go. Oh boy,
You're very fidgety.
here we go. We have
Tidal Potomac.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Legendary. And it's not even close. It's not even close.
I mean, what can we say about the Potomac that hasn't been said by everybody
Diversity.
on YouTube?
So
Yeah, diversity's big.
Diversity's big. I mean, you can fish a ton of different techniques.
You can fish a
there.
lot of area.
There's a huge amount of area to fish. Boat traffic, really. even
really,
when you
McCluskey?
when you have big tournaments there, there's still places to stay away from crowds.
Yeah.
Where you can catch quality fish. So the boat traffic doesn't take it down too much. You can catch. I mean, if you want to run to DC, you can catch smallmouth. I have to say the Potomac's legendary.
Definitely legendary. And I hated it for a long time, but I never said it was a bad fishery. My only gripe with the Potomac is when it gets windy, it can get downright disgusting and nasty.
Yeah, it gets big.
More so than I think a lot of the other fisheries that we've talked about so far. But that being said, it's a legendary fishery. It has the history. Every major tournament trail has gone there and had a successful event. It's just legendary.
You can,
man, so we got Chaz. I love how we got these lake guys saying dog shit and
I think
blah.
No, it's
I think the
amazing.
best. I think the best comment comes from Mitchell.
Oh, where's Mitchell? All right, legendary and dog crap all in the same day. That is
That sums up the Potomac to a T.
that really does sum it up perfectly. So let me move.
Actually,
Lots
Rodney,
of fish, not a lot of big fish.
I disagree with that.
No, there's a lot of quality fish, not a lot of big fish.
Not giants.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see a bunch of 7s and 8s coming out of there. You will see a lot of 4 and 5s.
And that's the thing.
Not even a lot of. You see a lot of 3 or 4s.
Yeah.
So it's mostly 3 to 4s. You're going to see some 5s.
Because I think the difference is here.
Occasionally, you're going to see a 7 or 8.
If you split the BFLs between the Upper Bay and the Potomac, the Upper Bay will have a higher winner weight-wise, but the Potomac will have deeper weights down through the column, generally speaking. So,
Rodney, my PB came out of the Potomac.
I think the reason why the Potomac's legendary is because of the, like Paul kind of hit it to the different ways you can catch them. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. I mean, you can frog there all summer, which we can talk about that when we get to the bay too. But what other places can you I mean, there's nowhere that we've talked about yet where you can go there in July, throw a frog all day, and have a shot at 20, 25 pounds.
But that doesn't count. I mean, till
McCluskey, if you want a link, I'll give you a link, dude.
Yeah, but just as easy as you can
Same
catch them
thing
frogging,
with
you can catch them pitching, you can catch them throwing a chatterbait, you can catch them dragging a worm, fishing docks.
So I actually, I'm thinking about it after our discussing. I think McCluskey hit it right on the head. That B is reasonable just because of the quality.
Oh, okay.
So you have a lot of
legendary.
Yes.
You got a lot of those 3-pounders that are in there, but
Rodney French says that is crazy considering how much you fish the Upper Bay, bro.
well, I caught an 8-pounder on the Potomac. So
I mean, you can move it to B if you want, but I still say it's legendary because it has that legendary factor like Kentucky Lake, like Erie, like the St. Lawrence. I mean, the Potomac has been a staple in bass fishing.
I think the
forever.
Potomac is legendary status.
We didn't even talk about accessibility. There's a ramp in every creek. There's probably 2 ramps. in every
accessibility
creek.
is definitely not an issue.
I think the Potomac is legendary. It's hard to fish, and the weather and everything out there can turn in the blink of an eye and make things really, really violent. But
Yeah, I mean, I know what you meant, Rodney.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I caught an 8-pounder on the Potomac. So
I gotta say,
I've never caught anything that
Let's
big.
do
on
this.
Super Bay.
Put an L in chat if it's legendary. Put a B in chat if it's just a B grade. We'll get through this because
it's legendary.
So Shane says it's legendary.
It's
we
legendary.
got one for legendary. And then at the very end of the show, guys, once everything gets on there, we'll go through it and readjust it again. I think
I can go either way.
interesting.
I mean,
So
I
we
can
got-
see the merit, of a B or legendary.
Chaz and McCluskey say B. So we got 2 Bs, we got 2 Ls. I have legendary, even if you just want to go on the fame status, even though we're not supposed to because it's about how it's fishing here and now. We got Rodney he said fuck it, L. We got McCluskey that says B.
We got an L here, L here, L. So
I say legendary.
Morgan Oliver.
We're
We
going
got
Morgan.
Morgan Oliver says a B. So
All right.
We got 2 Bs.
we got a
Now
lot of
wait a
Bs.
minute. I'm not.
1, 2,
This is
3,
not me.
4,
This is
5.
not me throwing shade. This is not me throwing shade.
No, we have 3 Bs.
Everybody that said
No,
it's
there's
not
a couple farther up.
everybody that said it's not legendary is a lake fisherman, and that's not me throwing shade. But everyone that says it's not legendary is a lake fisherman.
Are you sure?
It's from the names that come up that I know pretty much.
Are you sure?
Pretty much. I say
Because
it's,
I feel like Mr. Oliver's done quite a bit of tidal fishing.
yeah, but I mean, a lot of guys in Virginia, right? They might fish the Potomac 2-3 times a year because they're fishing Smith Mountain Lake, Lake Anna all the time. Like the
Morgan-
big bags don't compare.
Chaz is a river guy.
Like-
I knew that.
The big
He's
fish,
a negative Ghost
the
Rider.
big fish.
No?
Yes,
You haven't done not a lot of tidal fishing?
the
Or are you talking about him?
the big fish on Lake Anna and Smith Mountain are going to be bigger than the Potomac. However, the we're talking about the fishery, right? You can catch 20 pounds in every creek in the Potomac, every single creek.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Potentially, sure. Does it happen ever? No.
Okay, but let's say this. Let's agree on this. There's probably 5 or 6 creeks on the Potomac.
Look, Matt says he's fished the river 50 times.
Let's say there's 5 or 6 creeks on the
I
Potomac.
thought Matt fished the. Yeah, the chick's tidal. You're
There's 5 or 6 creeks on the Potomac where you can catch 20 pounds.
Yeah, they.
We got
Somebody
bunch
flip
of
a coin.
Bs.
They're
Chaz
saying B.
is a river guy. No, hey, this is.
I'm
this is-
still legendary. Still
I'm legendary on
I
this
know.
one.
I know. Vote seems to
Matt
be
says it.
legendary. So I'm gonna override it because just of time because we have so many to get through still. It's legendary now. At the very end of the show, we're gonna go through all of them one more time, real quick, rapid speed, to make sure it's at the right way.
It's gonna be one of those big arguments.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is one of those you could probably argue for a whole hour on its own.
High Pale Guide has legendary moments, but B fishery.
Yeah, a legendary moments would be fishery.
It's a legendary B.
It's actually a really good way to put it.
It is. The problem with that place is, again, like the quantity factor. Like you
It
can go
needs
out there and have fun.
There needs to be like a legendary and then A. It
Yeah,
needs
you
to
can
be
catch a
like
lot of quality fish, just not a lot of big fish.
Exactly.
Like you can go. I mean, you can go down there and catch 2.5 to 3.5 pounders all day.
We got another one here. I live in the wide water and work from home. I catch a limit every day from a dock at lunch. That is before I even dunk my boat. I thought you said drunk my boat, but dunk my boat.
Nice.
This needs to be a 3-hour show.
It might be.
It
I
might
have
be.
to go through this whole bottle. I will probably get poisoning if we do that. So please, God, no.
So, all right. So let's move on to our next one.
Yep, because we're gonna go back through this at the very end. Come on, why aren't you coming up? Oh, I'm not clicking the right button. Hold on.
I didn't think the Potomac was going to be that controversial,
I know,
It shouldn't
right?
be. It's legendary.
but then there was a lot of good points were brought up.
Yeah. I mean, I
So-
don't fish it often, but I will. For me, it's legendary.
I mean, I fish
But-
it 10 to 15 times a year.
All righty, let me pull this bad boy up now.
I do love the Potomac in the wintertime.
Oh, sorry guys. Share screen. All right, here we go. Boom. Nye Reservoir in Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's owned by the Department of Wildlife Resources. It is about, based on the website I read, it's 300 acres and it has aerators all the way through the reservoir. aerators that pump oxygen that create little havens for threadfin shad. It has a tannic color to the water like you see in Florida, which is really interesting, and it has lily pads and willow.
I don't know anything
So
about
Shane
it.
says it's an excellent lake. I don't know anything about it. It is small. Not that really.
Are
takes
there
away from it,
restrictions?
but I will say that
Trolling
you know,
motor
you-
only.
Specialty boat C for me because I don't know
Well, no,
anything
trolling
about
motor, trolling motor only. It's 300 acres.
it. Okay, yeah, true.
So if it's a 300 acre lake and it's trolling motor only, you know, it's that doesn't. I feel like that doesn't affect it as much. Can't even fish it if. Matt McCluskey says you can't even fish it if you have a motor on the back. So
B.
C.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant C. Yeah.
So I've seen that there's about 18 pounds out of there that will come out of there. I know from all of my Florida guys, from all of my Virginia guys, it's a really good place. But this is the reason I wanted to put accessibility on there. So
Ramp sucks.
there's a bunch of places that are going to be on here that actually shut down for half the year.
Okay.
And that's going to have to affect it. So Shane says, and that's true, from March to October. So from October all the way through until March, you cannot fish that place. I think that cuts it down. So I would. I'm going to say
winter's my
C.
favorite time to fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say C as well.
B. Callis Jr. says the ramp sucks too.
Yes, the ramp does suck there.
I have a random question and thought. Is Lake Redmond on this?
No.
Jeez, I don't even know where that is.
It's in York.
It's a big pond.
It's like
Probably.
just over the Pennsylvania line.
I've
There-
always looked at that and been interested. I've seen bass
heard it.
boats on it.
I've heard it's shit.
Yeah, I've
There are
heard it's
so
dog
many
shit.
places in Virginia. It's like I don't know where to draw the line. There's a
Okay.
reservoir in Charlottesville. I didn't put on there. The place that had the world record, the state record largemouth for Virginia, I didn't put on there. Leeville, I didn't put on there. Lee Lake, like all these places I didn't put on there because like no one's heard of them, and so we can't have a debate about it. The other thing is like I wanted a place that we could talk about, like the Potomac.
Thanks, Jason.
So what do we got next?
Let's see. Let me put Nye right here. All right, cool. All right, let me pull up my little list I can click on. Let's go with, oh my God, there we go. This might be a debate. I don't know if my kayak guys are on. The Juniata River
PA.
that feeds the Susquehanna. This is just below. This is just
Harrisburg, right?
Yep. This
That's
is just this is from Raystown Lake. Raystown Lake is the headwaters of the Juniata that feeds the Susquehanna.
A long way from the Susquehanna. But
It's a giant pile of dog shit, says Rob Murphy. But
So-
that's Lake Redmond.
the Juniata, depending, so try. There's certain conditions
Still a specialty place though.
that makes the Juniata. It is specialty because you it is a jet. Yeah, it's going to be a jet boat place. So that definitely B, because again, just like the Susquehanna, you're going to catch a lot of fish and they're going to be big. I mean, you get a lot of big fish out of there. I mean, you're going to catch 4 to 5 pound smallmouth pretty much in any trip.
We got Jason says springtime place. Ooh, is this
Really,
springtime
really
place?
good in the late fall.
Juniata is awesome. Fished it many times.
Yeah, that's definitely. I give it a B. Rob Murphy says a C, but
See, come on, Rob. Really?
the Juniata is an excellent fishery.
I think it's interesting that we're saying that the fishery that feeds a legendary fishery is not a legendary also.
It's just smaller and it's specialty.
Mm.
And I mean, you don't travel the country to fish the Juniata. You travel to fish the Susquehanna. You may go into the Juniata.
So here's the thing: the Susquehanna, the legendary fishery, is good pretty much 12 months out of the year. The Juniata is only good certain times of the year. Good, I will say good, great. It's only great certain times of the year. It can be good any time of the year, but it's only great certain times of the year. So I think that affects it as well. I mean, you can go to the Susquehanna in the summertime and catch giants. You know, the Juniata is a little more like you have to have certain conditions for it to be good. If the water's really high, the Juniata is good. Yeah, Shally pretty much jet boat access. So we'll go B.
B. All right. Everyone says B. The Juniata. The June.
Except for Rob Murphy, who says C.
Dude, I can't agree with that. That it's got to be at least a B. So
Going with B myself from the he said, she said.
Alrighty, so I thought the B would be kind of like the thick boy here. Let's see what is next. Let us go with, because we're getting to the end of this bad boy. Oh boy, here we go. This will be a fun discussion.
Gaston.
Garbage.
Ooh.
Garbage. Oh shit. Okay.
I've never heard a good thing said about this lake.
Jason right away says B.
So I can go. I talked to Lenny says B also. Jason went down.
But
there
you think dog shit?
this year or
C.
last year?
I think C.
And he had very good things to say about it.
I've
and
heard good things.
I
about
trust
Gaston.
Jason's opinion, so I'm going to go with B.
I say C.
I'm going with
because
I'm going with the C.
I know a lot of guys that fish the Elite 70, which are some very, very good
Chad
anglers.
says it's fishing as good as it has in years.
Yeah, but I mean, I know a lot of guys that fish it quite often, and a lot of
they-
guys do not like it.
They
They
did
just don't like it at all.
I'm going to go with Jason. B. I trust Jason's.
I'm going with C out of ignorance.
I'm gonna go with it's not legendary at all, but it's not dog shit or a C because like the weights are good. The fishing is better than Kerr, I think. Honestly, it's more consistent, I think, which is the biggest thing, and the water levels are more consistent too. So I'm gonna, and the spots are bigger right now, I think, at Gaston than they are at Kerr. So I'm gonna
Is
go
the
with
water
B.
is the water current due to dams at the lake?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have
Okay, so
bugs.
there is man-made factors.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like most.
Oh,
Okay.
Gaston is almost as big as Smith Mountain Lake. I think it's about 20,000 acres. So it's a big dog. Let's see here. We got Chaz says
Yes,
dogs
Todd,
and boat traffic.
I like that we have our buddy Morgan
Docs-
hanging out with us now.
Docks
That's
and
cool.
boat traffic, making ass cheeks in the summer, but consistently pumping out good backs. Much
There we go. Todd says, been in Florida for a minute. The fishing is much better here. Sorry. Todd,
We're
I
aware,
agree with
Todd.
you. Yeah. We're aware. All right. So we got Lake Gaston. We're gonna put that
Our
in.
buddy Jim lets us know all the time.
Yes, with
I don't
photos and comments.
Like, oh, I only caught 5-pounders today.
Yeah, on glide baits, just like you dream of, Chad. You do that once a month.
We got
Right.
Z38 on Instagram. Shot time. Okay, fine. I'll take a shot. Boop. Oh, Jesus.
Down there.
Sorry.
All right. So we have
Next
that
one.
as a B.
B.
I mean, we have Morgan Oliver saying it's a B.
Sounds like a B is the word.
Sounds like B. Sounds like it's pretty good fishery. I've heard good. Kevin said pretty good things about it too.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary.
Ooh, Smith Mountain Lake, legendary. Okay, I got one
Dog
for
shit.
legendary.
Dog shit.
Legendary. Absolutely legendary.
Tony thinks it's legendary because he caught one big fish there.
No,
I mean, it can
giants there. Giant
consi-
bags.
It consistently kicks out big fish.
It's got
I mean,
F1s.
It does
I
have
mean,
F1s.
boat traffic could be a determinant, a detrimental factor.
We need to make a
But-
trip to Smith Mountain. I want to go.
It is an awesome place.
But I would say legendary.
yeah, it's legendary.
And it looks like the commenters agree.
I'm going with legendary.
All right.
Everyone said legendary. I mean, there's no debate. Like it's
I mean, for as
I'm
far
going to
as lakes,
screenshot this at the end and then plan all my trips around this freaking.
I say as far as the lakes go in this area that we're looking at, it's the best. It's the best lake in those areas.
yeah,
All right,
definitely
so
legendary.
Here we go. The next one up here, drum roll, please. The New River, the oldest river in the world.
I've heard
Ironically.
I've heard both good and bad things about the New River.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me specify this. So the New River is, in my opinion, legendary because of the smallmouth that it kicks out. It kicks out, like you can go down there and catch fish there like you can on the Susquehanna in a small area. The lake that it feeds is dog shit. Let me be
Clearly,
very
yeah.
clear. And I don't know if that's on your list.
Yes.
It is? Okay. I won't say the name of the lake, but the lake that it feeds is dog. Yes, dog shit. Like wipe your ass with it.
I've heard
It's
of
bad.
that.
Sell your boat and never go back. The river, however, is fantastic.
So
How is accessibility in the river? I mean,
Jet boats, kayaks,
Yep.
bank beating the like fishing from the bank.
okay.
So
So
here's-
similar to Susquehanna.
It's
Yep.
probably a B with all that.
So the New
Are
River
you-
is I will just read off the chart here because the New River is actually I think the second oldest river in existence, and it also just like the Nile River, it flows from south to north. It unlike the Susquehanna, which is said to be a mile wide and a foot deep, this river in most sections is probably a foot wide and a mile deep. It's extremely deep, and it is one of the top muskie fisheries in the nation. But it also used to have 2 state records in West Virginia and Virginia for smallmouth bass.
So
Wow.
having never fished there, I will say I'm gonna go with the
That
viewers.
sounds
And
pretty legendary.
They're saying legendary. So
it sounds legendary.
That's what I've always heard. I've never fished the river. I've
So,
fished in the river.
sounds
from
like
I mean,
later.
narrow and deep current,
Sounds
lots
like
of
one of those-
muskie, good smallmouth. What's the accessibility like on the
It's
lake?
hard because
river.
no
It's
one
bad.
lives there.
specialty boats.
Specialty boats, but there's not a lot of boat ramps because there's like class 5 rapids, like waterfalls and shit. So it's Jurassic Park, like no cell service. You're floating through just
Yeehaw.
pastures.
Oh,
It almost makes you want to lower the rating a little bit,
Yeah,
but if the
I agree.
fishing is that great,
But it
The
also makes it
fishing is
cool.
that good.
The cool factor goes up when you have to like fly into Jurassic Park. and
I
you're floating.
feel that. Yeah, I honestly, it's like some what a Keith Poche shit.
Derek says parachuting.
Freaking-
parachuting.
So,
yeah.
I
I,
personally say
Yeah,
legendary.
I'm gonna go legendary. I'm gonna go
I-
legendary on this.
And for
I
my
mean, if the-
members, and this might affect your opinion. I had this guy on called Jody Queen, who's a kayak nut that lives in Appalachia, the New River. When Hobie had their tournament there, he had to go in and write them a map of where people could launch from so they wouldn't die because there's so many waterfalls and rough water because it's so out there.
So for the adrenaline junkies in the crowd, sounds like a great place.
Yeah. So
I mean,
Everyone's saying it's legendary. That's pretty much the consensus I've heard from
Yeah.
folks that live down there that fish it. So I think it's a safe legendary.
safe legendary. All right, we're gonna get so guys. Just a quick little recap because we still got so many freaking places to go through. We'll go legendary. We have the Susquehanna River, the Tidal Potomac. That might get bumped to a B though at the end of the show. Smith Mountain Lake, and then the New River. B category is filling up fast. We have Raystown, which might go up to legendary at the end of the show. We have the Chowan River in North Carolina. We have Lake
might go to legendary.
Coon in Norfolk. Yeah, that one might bump up to legendary. Hyco, which is a nuclear power generated lake, I think, in North Carolina. We have Western Branch in Norfolk, Loch Raven in Baltimore, the Juniata in Pennsylvania, Lake Gaston, Virginia, North Carolina border. C, we have Yakagani, which has no water in it, which probably should put it down to dog shit, honestly. The Pocomoke in Maryland, I don't know how that's a C. Pretty Boy Reservoir, Upper Rappahannock, Leesville Lake, below Smith Mountain Lake, and then we have Nye. And then dog shit category, we have Burke Lake, which had the most votes for dog shit, by the way, and then Philpott as well. Let us continue on this journey.
let's go.
Next up, we have oh my God! I was trying to hold this one off as long as possible because this is part of that sibling rivalry.
The title James. Does this include the chick or just the
Ooh,
just the James?
yeah, that's a good one.
So I had a problem with this because I was trying so hard to make sure the creeks were not separate. But from all the literature online, so many people have specific tournaments just out of Chick that I had to make the Chick River its own place as well.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, the chick is a big. It's a big place.
It's
I like the
it's
chick.
its own body.
I like the chick.
I was gonna say legendary for this one.
Lenny the Pocomoke is ridiculous.
James including the Chick.
Anyway.
Ooh, shit, that's a damn good thing. Should I make the Chick separate from this? Because it's its own thing too.
Well, Rodney fishes it a lot, so I'll if he says to include both, I would include both.
Yeah, I think the river system is the same. I mean, it's legendary.
The James is legendary to an A+. Yeah, it's.
I mean, it takes a lot of weight. It takes a lot of weight to win there.
McCluskey's throwing fucking hands, man, in the freaking comment section. He says it's a B.
Shane
McCluskey
says
said
the
that's
chick should be
just B
included
material. It's
also.
not very good. Again,
So
Matt, if you want a link, I would, or you want to call in, the phone number is 667-307-8583. If you want to call in and give us a reason why you think that James is not very good, but so far,
Hit that
everyone just
number,
says
big
legendary.
dog. Come on.
I want to
If it
say
includes a
Rodney.
chick, it's legendary as well. Okay, cool. So
Yeah, Rodney says they're
that
both
said,
legendary, and I was
we're
going to
gonna move
agree.
that
I
up to
mean,
legendary
why
then.
separate them when they're both legendary? Personally,
That was quite easy. I'm actually shocked now that the Potomac had so
The-
much
the chick
blowback
and the
when
James?
everyone was very much
I agree,
agreed that
yeah,
James
absolutely.
is
I
so
agree.
good. That's interesting to me. Let's see here.
Legendary's catching up with B
Oh, boy.
now.
Here we go. This
Man,
is
we
gonna
got a
be
lot of
all
good
on you
fisheries
guys.
around
I don't
here.
know very much about this. Just the Eastern Shore as a whole.
So the Eastern Shore
as a whole,
C.
Dog shit.
it's a if it's a C, it's barely a C.
I give it a C.
I mean, wait a minute,
You can usually catch a lot of fish. You just don't have size.
the best river, we'd say the best river on the shores of Pocomoke.
No.
You don't think so?
No, it depends. What are you looking for? If you're talking numbers,
It's
and
the most popular.
If you're Nanaco's probably the most popular.
Yeah, I would say the Nanacoke. Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're looking at quantity, the Pocomoke's the best. If you're looking at quality, then the Chop Tank's probably the best.
Yeah.
If you catch
So-
5,
If you don't catch 5, you just don't know how to fish.
I'm still putting it in the D category.
I'm gonna actually say dog shit.
Where's Greg Hall at? Greg Hall would argue that.
I'm gonna say dog shit.
Dog shit,
and
but
the reason I
fished
say
in many years.
the reason I say dog shit is because yes, they each have opportunities where they shine, but as a whole, it's just not that great. I mean,
in
most
reality-
tournaments.
In reality, it's going to be 12, less than we'll say less than 15 pounds.
Well, that's less than Philpot. We put that as dog shit. So how can you not put this as dog shit?
Because you can catch a lot of fish. Philpot, we were told, and I don't know a lot about Philpot, but you're not going to catch a lot of fish there. I mean, if you have an area that you can catch a lot of fish, that that does bump it up because of the enjoyment factor.
I remember my first ever trip to the Nanacoke. One of the guys in the club caught like a 4.5 pounder, and the rest of the club like was going to fall over. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't need to fish here again. If the monster bass here is a 4.5 pounder, like I'm good."
Tyler, I mean, Outcast tournament a couple years ago, Tyler caught a 6.
That's the one. Sorry, it was 6. That's the one I was talking about. But even so, like these guys like had a meltdown. Like, oh my god! It's like, well, that's like an average fish on the Potomac Upper Bay. Not average, but it's a good one.
It's still a giant fish.
Yeah, but like
around here.
I don't know, man. Like the biggest weight I've heard on the whole Eastern Shore in the last couple of years in a team tournament has been like 16 pounds.
All right, so
Randy keeps telling us, and he's told us multiple times that we're wrong about Philpot.
Randy, listen, at the end of the show, I will go back through and we will revote Philpot for you.
Sounds
okay?
like Philpot's getting moved up, or Randy's going to be really pissed.
I'm saying this is dog shit.
I've had date like I fished a tournament on the Chop Tank one year, and I caught between me and my co-angler, we caught 20 fish off one dock. Like
How big was the biggest one?
about 3.5.
Okay, I mean it's not bad, but like
so legendary.
there's guys that live in Delaware that will not fish the Eastern Shore. Like they'll
Really?
just go. Yes, they will.
Not a lot of them.
They'll go to like the Sassafras or something.
Most.
Okay,
of these
wait a
guys-
minute. That's an important question. Does this include the Sassafras?
No,
Because
that's part of the Upper Bay.
Okay, so this is definitely dog shit then. Because the Sassafras is
Sassafras
not a
and
dog shit
Elkhurst,
fishery.
I think are part of the Upper Bay.
I would
think
agree.
Chester to Pocomoke.
Yeah, Chester to Pocomoke's dog shit.
Well, not even Pocomoke was its own place, so
It's dog shit.
Chester
I'm sorry.
to that place in
It is
Salisbury.
beautiful. I actually enjoy fishing over there. I do, but like you manage your expectations over there. Like
Yeah.
if you go over there thinking you're gonna catch 15 pounds, like that's like one of the best days ever on the Eastern Shore.
And then,
Ever.
guys, like this is just bass fish. People in the comment section. I know we could separate this out to like snakehead and trout and muskie and all that shit, but we'll be here for 24 hours. This is just bass fishing.
I'd say dog shit. I'm pretty
I
strong.
still give it. I give the Eastern Shore a C. It's
All right.
not they're not the worst places I've ever fished. They're not the best places I've ever fished.
It's nowhere
Let's-
that I intend on traveling.
fun fishing.
to.
A lot of
I'm
top
giving it
water.
dog shit.
All right, final answers from everybody. I'm gonna say C.
See,
I mean, I'm not
shit.
upset with a C, but I think it's a
It's a-
very
it-
low C.
It's a C minus the dog
Lot
shit.
of-
It's probably the lowest C on the list.
a lot of
So we got a lot of dog shits in the comment
lot of
section
top
right
water.
now.
That is true.
A lot of,
I mean,
lot of
it's
top
fun.
water, a lot of top water fishing there.
It's a fun place. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun place to fish. But again, it's like you go over there, you catch like 10 to 12 pounds, and you get a good shot at winning any tournament. Anything more than that, you just blasted them.
We are getting
If you're fishing a club tournament, I mean, if you catch 10 pounds in pretty much any like local like jackpot tournament over there, you're not.
How about the last? Wait a minute now. The last SQT on the chop tank, the guy won it with the co-angler won it with 3 fish a day. He had like 6 pounds a day and won the tournament.
Well, the co-anglers only have a 3 fish limit, so that makes sense.
But no, you're right. True. I was thinking something else. But that was the same tournament where like there were guys, boaters in the top 5 that were catching 3 fish in the top 5.
Jason's comment
So Danny won with almost 16 pounds.
Yes.
Justin Bronson had 17 on the chop tank.
Yes. With 2 giants.
The last SQT. I mean, he had a 5 and a 6.
But what did the rest of the field do? The rest of the field had like 7 pounds.
But you know, it's hard to base it on tournament results because you have.
But there's the guys that fish it the most.
No, they're not. They go there one time a year when that tournament shows up. That's like me going to, if I go to the James and I fish it for one day, I'm probably going to suck.
All right, I have
And it's a
5
legendary
dog
fishery.
shits in the comment section right now. 5 dog shits.
I will fight for a C to the bitter end for the.
I'll
for these
agree with
results.
your C under the condition that it's the lowest C on the list, if not the second lowest.
I don't even know
Oh
what
my
our C's are. So.
God. All right, cool.
C is fine, but it's a weak C. If you've never fished it, go over there and expect to catch 8 pounds and like be amazed.
All right, so what we're gonna do right now, just for dramatic television, we're gonna put it at dog shit, but at the end of the show, we can argue it up to a C with our audience.
The audience says dog shit, so like I
don't know. Hey, you guys are on the show, so you get the last say. I don't care. Audience is
just
mad
look
at
at-
you.
I don't know.
Let us go with. It's been a while, guys. Okay, here we go. One of my home bodies of water, the Shenandoah River.
So right off the bat, specialty boat. Right off the bat.
But it's like the Susquehanna River. This is smallmouth water, so specialty boats is kind of the thing.
Ooh,
if you're gonna
but
fish it.
Shenandoah.
But is the quality enough to make up for?
It's legendary for the beauty.
It is a beautiful
And the
area.
song.
It is one of the most beautiful places ever, and it is one of the most popular country songs ever.
I would say, I'd say B.
I would say B.
I say B or C. I think the fishing is better. It's not Susquehanna level. It never will be.
So it's not going to make up
I've
for
never fished
yeah.
it.
having that specialty. Like I can't take a
Yeah.
bass boat.
Can
there.
you even make it up that river with a jet boat?
Yeah, in certain times of year you can. If Big D, like you have the main stem, the North Fork, the South Fork. It's a whole fucking ecosystem. There might be actually a new state record walleye come out of there. That's a side note, but I talked to the biologist about that. But anyway, point is here,
Chad says
McCluskey
CB.
only knows how to use B on his keyboard because he's only punched B in for every effing thing so far.
No, he did say the Pokemon was dog shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
So-
Shenandoah does have good ones though. I'd say B or C. Yeah.
I'd say C just for the accessibility.
It's like everything is fair to Midland.
But
C.
when you're
I'm gonna
talking
go C.
accessibility, you're talking about smallmouth rivers. So the accessibility is weird because you're right. It's kayak jet boat, but there's a shit ton of boat ramps along that river for you to dump.
What am I
into.
catching? How many 4-pounders a day am I catching?
Not a lot.
Okay,
C.
so that's going to knock it down.
18 pounds will win you a smallmouth there,
I mean, that's respectable.
especially in the winter.
I'll
So
say B. If it's taking 18 pounds, yeah, I mean, 18 pounds of smallmouth, I'll give that a B.
But didn't we just say we can't go off tournaments though?
we it can't just be the only thing.
Yeah, can't just be the only thing. Like
But all right. And
Okay.
and again, this
And if
is
you're
just the
looking at
argument's sake. But like,
personal tournament experience and looking at, so if you're looking at like winning weights for a tournament, that's a little different than
Yeah.
looking at
The
weights
overall,
the
that's
overall
fair.
weights for people who may only fish there one time a year.
Yeah. Okay, Jason says low B. Yeah, I now that I'm thinking about it, we probably should add a freaking like extra one for like a B plus, B minus. Honestly, we'll do that next time. But I'm thinking C.
I have an idea for how to do this next time.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
C.
I'm a C.
C.
What's
Everyone's a
that?
C. Okay,
C.
cool. I know that's gonna kill me. I know, guys. But hey, guys, this is some of my
What do
home
you
waters
think,
too.
Mr. Dub Dubs? Is it a C, Mr. Dubbers?
I have put a 4.5 in the boat. My first trip there, guys. Listen, I grew up on the Shenandoah. This is my fishery. I love it, but still, you're gonna be surprised with some of the fisheries that I love and what I do to them.
What do we got?
Speaking of which, where is it? Let's just get this one out of the way right now. Where is it?
No, your vote definitely counts, Randy, because this doesn't just include tournaments. We're just kind of using tournaments as a reference
baseline, kind of.
You know, for the quality, for the quality of fish that are in there. But if you catch numbers and it's enjoyable, like that's that plays into this as well.
All right, next is
Hey, who's
Big
that?
Sack in Maryland and
C.
I heard
dog
some.
shit.
I heard some
dog shit.
I heard some podcast host won a tournament there.
Yeah, and I even say it is dog shit. You will catch about 100,000 smallmouth that are 11 inches long. It is about where I was fishing is 20 feet, but it's gin clear. You can see the bottom in almost 20 feet. And these bitches are very hard to catch. You're talking 6-pound line. It sucks. It's so bad. McCluskey didn't even want to fish there. So
Why does it look like you just got home from the Sahara Desert?
because I don't believe in sunscreen because I'm a dumbass.
So let's go.
It took 10 pounds to win.
Let's go dog shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's a
10
neat.
pounds is
At
dog
least on the
shit.
shore, I'm catching a lot of 2-pounders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not catching 2-pounders.
Let's say dog shit. I mean,
There's
11
been-
inches. 11 inches is different than like 13 inches. Like that's a big difference. I mean,
Yeah, when you go from less than a pound fish to pound and a half, a bunch of pound and a half fish. Like I can still have fun catching a bunch of pound and a half fish.
yeah.
All righty. Let us go to.
They're
We
even
have
blood
so many lakes left, guys, but we are
Let's go.
blasting through this so
do we
quickly
got?
here. I'm really enjoying that we're getting through this as fast as we are. Let me get the big image up for this bad boy. Where is it? Okay. Everyone's been talking about it. Everyone's been wanting this in the comment section. It is here. The Lake Minfier, Lake Frederick in Northern Virginia. It is about 300 acres. It's electric motor only, and this thing is quite interesting. It has a ton of blueback herring in it, not a lot of shore cover, but it has given up fish over 13 pounds. It is insanely hard to catch them.
Ooh.
If you're not catching a 13-pounder, you're catching a 12-incher.
So they're either small or giant.
Yep.
So
See,
I am going dog shit.
I'm gonna say C just because it has the
anywhere
potential.
If I have
anywhere
the-
you can catch a 13-pounder does not go into the dog shit category.
I will say, if you have the opportunity to catch a 10-pounder, but the electric
McCluskey is B
only,
again. Jesus Christ, dude, how does that be compared to the Potomac? Come on.
I'm going to say C.
Yeah, I say C.
Just because if you have the opportunity to catch a 10+ pounder, I mean, I think
that way.
You know what? I gotta say,
Definitely.
he's not wrong every time though. Like
It's a
B
scope
is,
place,
It's like a
too.
B is like that happy medium
like a
right
multiple
now.
choice
You know?
test.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, C is like average to like slightly below average.
I will say C.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think if you have the opportunity to catch a 10+ pounder, that's
Most people will say dog shit.
going to be, that plays. The accessibility takes it down. I put it on that low C, like the Eastern Shore. Like
Right.
it sucks because it's electric only, but on the other hand, you could catch a 10-pounder. Where the Eastern Shore is, it sucks because the fishing are small, but at least you can catch a billion of them.
Ace is the brother of SB Fishing. Ace's best 5 out of there 2 years ago was like 40 pounds in a week span. They are in there. It's insanely hard to catch them though. So we're trying to balance out like if it's a fishery that you can catch 40 pounds in, but it takes every 6 months to get it. Is that
Boat
worth
traffic.
it?
Boat traffic is horrible.
Yep.
In an
How does it
electric
have
only
boat
way.
traffic if it's electric
A
only?
lot of people fish. If you have a lot of even electric only.
Imagine
I say
if
C.
all 350 people with the Loch Raven permits showed up at Loch Raven.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
See,
We got C. We got a bunch of B's. Got a chance. Chase
C.
the heron. Okay.
Just
we
B
got-
minus.
Yeah, but to get to Jason's comment, I think there's a lot of these lakes. Oh, so many of these lakes have potential for a 10-pounder though. You know what I mean? Like it's a lake. Like it's just we don't have that potential in the Potomac. I mean, you do technically, but if you're catching if you want to catch a 10-pounder, I'd rather go here than the Potomac. It doesn't mean it's a better fishery.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a C personally.
I go C.
All righty. Well, so far we have, and just to make sure, because chat is really divided on this, we got Jason that says B, C, B, 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 C. So it looks like we're split between a C and a B. So
B.
because we're split in chat, we're going to go C then, right? Is that what we
Yeah.
agree on?
I think so.
C sounds great.
All right, C it is.
Yeah, I agree, Chaz, that James has the best 10-pounder potential of the whole list.
Yeah, so far,
Yeah.
that James is the best 10-pounder potential so far.
So far.
Let's, because we got some more bad boys. Let's see.
Potomac's pretty up there.
For what?
Ugh.
Got a lot of big fish in the Potomac.
No, yeah, because there are a lot
Not
of
10, not a lot of tens, but
You'd have a better chance on the Upper Bay than the.
Oh, let's go with this bad boy here. This one might have some 10-pound
you
potential.
think so?
than
Oh,
the Potomac.
wait, where'd it go?
Liberty.
There it is.
Ooh.
Liberty's a B fishery for sure.
B.
Yeah, Liberty. There's some giants in Liberty. If Craig Gordon is still on, I'd like him to weigh in on this, since
Can we tag? I'll tag Craig.
since he has the a lot of experience there. But I have I've heard some good things. There's some giant smallmouth in Liberty.
Yeah, but they haven't been showing up. Like the last 2 years, like the biggest smallmouth that's been weighed in any of the tournaments has been like a 4-pounder, and there haven't been many at all. Like when we went and fished the me and Craig
Craig
fished
says
it.
high B.
Hey, there he is.
Me and Craig fished it a
There's
couple
some-
weeks ago. And
Shane
it's
says
got
high B
it's
as
got
well.
them. I mean,
There's also
it's got
some
'em.
really there's some really big largemouth.
It's definitely got them. I mean, there's no question.
some really big stripers.
But you know,
I can agree with a B.
Accessibility.
The accessibility takes it down. I would say that it would be up there, like kind of like
Accessibility takes every reservoir down.
right?
it's a strong
like,
B for sure.
like
Lock Raven, Pretty Boy, and
I would,
Liberty.
yeah, it doesn't make up for the quality that's in there. Doesn't make up for the lack of accessibility.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Interesting. All right, let's go with the next lake here on it. The
Mostly
list.
because, kind of like we said with Pretty Boy, a lot of the good areas to fish you can't really get to
Unless
you
you
have a
got-
super specialized boat.
Yeah, agreed.
But again, like what's interesting is we have a bunch of basically private reservoirs in the B scale in our area.
That's because the
So-
fishing's that good.
Well, because
But-
they don't get the pressure.
But they are public waters.
You just have to pay to play.
But
And I don't think there's a permit limitation on Pretty Boy and Liberty. I think it's just Lock Raven.
But this is an interesting callback to a show that you guys did last Friday about why would anybody spend all that money on an electric motor only boat? Well, so far all those
I will
lakes are
say-
at B class.
No, Pretty Boy's a C.
Is Pretty Boy C? Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pretty Boys and C. I would say, like, you don't. I mean, it's just there's good fishing, but does it outweigh?
Yeah,
You're talking about
I don't
lakes
think it
that-
outweighs the. It doesn't out.
You're talking about lakes that would be legendary if you could put a bass
catch.
Yeah, Liberty doesn't. I mean,
for about 2 years.
it doesn't outweigh. I mean, if you really want to fish it to its potential, you got to invest some serious coin, and you're locking yourself down to those 3 lakes with the coin that you've invested to to fish a high B lake.
I mean,
So it's a B.
It's definitely I mean, those 2 lakes would probably be legendary.
Correct. Liberty always
Lock Raven
good
for sure.
and got better once the grass came in recent years. It's best of the 3 city reservoirs, but as you say, electric only accessibility, and you must commit to the boat. So it sounds like a B. All right, cool.
Yeah, agreed.
And Craig fishes it more than any of us, so
Yeah.
I can let Buckland still in here. I don't know how much Buckland fishes.
And then
Liberty.
Derek says
A lot.
Lake Holiday. Lake Holiday, you have to own property to fish it. Therefore, it's not on the list. You
That's like Harvey's Lake, right? Same kind
Lake
of
of
thing.
the Woods, places like that. If you have to like buy property to fish there, I'm not going to count it.
Mayo Lake.
Lake
No,
Mayo.
I don't know anything about it.
And as you can tell, this thing is literally almost, the dam is almost in Virginia. Lake Mayo in North Carolina is over 2,800 acres. It is a very interesting place. There's no BFLs held on it, but apparently it's a quiet sleeper on the North Carolina border.
Anybody have experience down there?
I
Based
can't
on
really
in the
say
comments.
anything about it. I don't know anything
Steve
about it.
Weissner says, "Hey guys, the tournament guys don't spend time on the smallmouth, but plenty of big fives."
That's
At Liberty.
That's Liberty. Yeah.
Liberty.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, from a tournament standpoint.
Yeah.
Duke's Mayo Lake.
I don't know anything about
I
it.
do love some Duke's Mayo.
I mean,
Chaz says Mayo is good B for sure based on the current list.
So what about based on our criteria? Does it have good fishing? Can you catch good numbers?
Apparently it's
can you
great
catch
spinnerbait like
quality fish?
that's fun.
Can you is there good access? Is it a nice place to fish? Is it scenic? That all of those things need to play.
so
But I don't have any experience down there, so I'm kind of relying on the listeners here.
So the biggest thing that I've heard about it from people I've had on the show is because that you have Norman and Bugs and Gas and places like that, it gets damn near no pressure. It doesn't have the major tournaments because you have tournaments around it. So you can go there and catch them pretty good because nobody fishes tournaments there, generally speaking. There are kayak tournaments, but no big boat tournaments.
I'll check it out when I move to North
We
Carolina.
got Aztec Fishing's joined up. He says, "What's up, everybody? He's new on here. Welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you joining Bassamere Radio fishing the DMV tonight."
Chaz says good numbers. Chaz, if you want to come on, I can give you like a phone number, or you could just like click in. Has fish up to 8 pounds, good access, and several good regional trails. Sampling it.
Sounds like
And
sounds like a B
McCluskey
to me.
says B, probably so.
Sounds like a B to me.
Yeah, I think B is probably fair based on what the viewers are saying.
Yep.
There.
I mean, you
go.
got good sized fish up to 8 pounds. California in the house.
There we go. Represent. You are lost if you're listening to this show right now. Let's move that over there. So B category is getting thick right now. Legendary status is only the Susquehanna River, the Tidal Potomac, the Smith Mountain Lake, New River, and then the James.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
I mean, that's kind of the 5 that I would have on there at this point.
Yeah.
It's really the BC dog shit where I think I'm kind of like interested about how this will play out. Honestly. Let's
What we got?
see. What is next that I haven't played? Actually, let me look at this to make sure. Let me pull that one up.
Is it the Upper Bay?
Drum roll, please.
Be the Upper Bay.
Upper James
Upper
River
James River.
before
A
the
high
break at
B.
Richmond.
High B.
B.
Okay, so there's a couple.
Big
There's
smallmouth.
So
I mean-
yes, but I think the upper James can be classified as a lot of things because the upper James starts at Richmond and then it goes all the way up through the mountains.
Yes.
All the way to Lake Muma.
Yep. So the Richmond part is really, really good. It's a lot. There's pretty much, I mean, kayaks. A lot of guys float it. Boat access is like even jet
Very
boats
limited.
are very limited here. A couple guys I know that live down there, they say that it's in the heat of summer, go up there and fish from the bank and wade it and catch big smallmouth. So the fun factor's there.
But the access is pretty limited.
Access is probably one of the most limited ones on the list. Now, once you get up to the dammed portions, it's dog shit.
Yeah. So B.
They got a strong B in the house. Okay, we got one strong
I'll
B.
agree with B only if
Ooh.
we're talking Richmond. Once we get to the dams, it's garbage. Like I used to fish it all the time, and it sucks.
B Cal
Like-
says Upper James. Which section are we talking about? We're talking about from Richmond all the way up to Muma and where the Jackson River and all those like feed into it.
It's a
that whole
C.
section.
If it's the whole thing, it's a C.
I think if you're saying the whole section, then you have to encounter all the good smallmouth water. We're not even talking that this is like one of the best muskie fisheries in the world.
Randy says the Arcadia area is fantastic.
Yeah, so we're counting the good and the bad. So I'm gonna.
I say C because you get up to the dam portions and it sucks.
So here's how I will weigh this out. Like if I'm going fishing there, if I'm going into a decent stretch, how many fish am I expecting to catch and how big are they?
Well, there was an 8-pounder caught out of there
That's a big.
2 years ago. A Blue Ridge muskie actually caught it. Was almost an 8-pounder.
Largemouth or
That's big.
smallmouth?
Smallmouth.
That's giant.
Lots of Shane says grew up fishing it. Lots of 4 pound bat.
Lots of 4 pounders. It's not the same caliber as the Susquehanna, the Upper Potomac right now. So it is not as good as the New River, not as good as the Upper Potomac, and it's probably maybe a notch below the Shenandoah, but close. This would be that B- to B. Like if we did a B+, B-, it would be right around there.
So,
Yeah,
I can go with it. I mean, I can go with a B.
yeah. I mean, a B is fair, but we got to acknowledge
C.
we have to acknowledge the fact that
Very limited.
that the Richmond area
Ooh.
is taking the majority of that B, right?
This is a good point. I will give it a B due to the King James Grant in terms of accessibility. If you guys don't know about this, the James River has laws still in the books from the 1600s where if a certain part of the land is still owned by one of the initial families from the 1600s, if you float through that, you can go to jail.
Oh.
Okay,
See?
C.
I don't like jail. Jail sucks.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible law. I mean, who are they putting that? I mean, has anyone been arrested for that? Like, there's no way.
Yes, there's been somebody in the Jackson River section where they have the King James law still in effect. They tried to fish a section of the river that they weren't allowed to actually fish because it was owned by a private family, which means they own the water too, not just the land. They own the water.
And they went to jail.
They went to
They were
litigation.
What?
Yep, they're
Never
arrested
heard of
with
that in my
litigation.
life.
Yeah.
It's
How can you
because
own
it's
the
insane.
water?
There's places on the shore that are like that.
Yeah, it's a
That's
very
ridiculous.
oldie law.
That's a C. That if it was already a B- and I can go to jail for fishing it, it's absolutely a C.
It's known as riparian rights.
Trespassing. Yep.
Absolutely a C.
Uh,
And that's
It
the only
is
place on the
posted in
list where
those
you can go to
areas.
jail for fishing it, so it can't possibly be a B.
Shane is true. Shane is right. That is posted in those areas. All right, so we're gonna move on. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna go back through and readjust these at the very end. Do not worry about it. The next up, guys, we got so many rivers to go through because that is what I think really Virginia is famous for. Next up, we're gonna go with going completely off what I just said. South Holston.
Lake. I don't know a lot about it.
I've heard really good things
Heard
about
good
it.
things about it.
There's
It's
a
a
PFL held there
good
every
B.
year.
It's a strong B, from what I've been told. It was one of the best smallmouth lake fisheries in Virginia. I would say it's a strong B. A lot of 4-pounders, but it fishes well in the spring and the fall, like typical lake.
Good access.
Yes,
Good ramps.
good access, good
No-
ramps.
No limits. So
I mean, I think it's a good B
it's a
personally.
B. Okay, I can deal with that.
I don't think there's not a whole lot to say about it other than it's a good all around lake. It's a
What do
really
the
good
viewers
smallmouth
think?
fishery.
What do the viewers think about South Holston?
Guys, let us know in the comment section down below. But what I do have for you, South Holston also holds a BFL every single year, which is a big screw you to people that think Lake Anna is not big enough because this bad boy is only 7,500 acres, which is smaller than Lake Anna, but it holds a BFL every year. It did used to have a smallmouth record. I think it was over 7 pounds, but there are alewife, which is a cousin of the blueback herring. So the fish are very pelagic in this deep, cold, clear body of water.
Which is why fish is really good in the spring and the fall when they're up shallow and predictable places. I think a B is pretty good rating for South Holston.
B?
B.
All right.
B.
B it is.
Never fish there. B.
Definitely a place that
Probably
I
never
wanna,
fished there.
I want to check because I've heard, and then I know the kayak guys are going to comment on this. I did not put the South Holston River on here. Sorry, because I know there's a lot of 22-inch fish that come out of there, but it's a really small place. So sorry about that. Let's go with, all right. The next place we have on the old docket, we're just going to go straight into kind of some of the controversy here. Where'd it go? We're going to go with the Upper Bay.
Ooh, Upper Bay.
It's legendary.
I gotta-
maybe.
So
It would be the weakest legendary on the list.
if the Potomac's
Ooh.
legendary, the Upper Bay is legendary.
The only
Upper Bay-
reason
the
I
Upper
say
Bay-
that-
So
The Upper Bay is legendary.
The only reason I say it's the weakest, it's weaker than the Potomac. It's still legendary, but it's weaker than the Potomac because the fish is a lot smaller.
No.
It does
definitely
fish
fishes a
Yes,
lot.
it does.
It
Yes,
fishes.
it does.
It fishes smaller because nobody wants to.
It's
go to
not
any other
downgraded from the Potomac by any means, though. It is legendary.
Oh, it's the fishery is incredible, but it fishes small.
Put it this way, I don't know of any there. I obviously the Potomac. Any aside from the James, Where have you ever seen two 26-pound bags in a tournament?
That is true.
I mean,
That's true.
any tournament, any given year on this place, if you don't have 20 usually doesn't get you paid.
I have fished tournaments on the Upper Bay where I have caught 18 to 20 pounds and not made a check.
Yeah, I mean, now the one thing I will say, and it's not all the
Interesting. Here we
time,
go.
but the one thing that kind of can hurt the bay a little bit is the versatility, because most of the year you're fishing grass. It's a parking lot on the flats. We all know it. We've all fished it.
There's not that many restrictions due to the proving grounds, though. I mean, it really only takes out a couple of creeks. Most of the river, the main rivers are fine. You have the Sassafras, the Elk, the Gunpowder, the Bush, Middle River on the southern end of the Upper Bay. You have the Susquehanna River at the top end of the flats. You have the Northeast River. So the Open threw some very interesting rules and
it was also the worst time of year to fish the place. The worst time of year to fish the Upper Bay by far.
So the Open kind of fucked everything up because they didn't want to have to deal with the APG rules. They limited everybody to inside the train bridges in the Bush and the Gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the Gunpowder as well.
You couldn't fish outside the bridge in the Gunpowder.
But you could
in Dundee. You couldn't fish. You couldn't fish like it was like salt. It was like the point of saltpeter.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, over.
So Chad is saying "F you" to the Upper Bay, basically. So
and I get why he's saying that, because the Upper Bay in September, locals don't want to fish the Upper Bay in September. Like, it sucks in September.
It's September.
Yeah,
fishing sucks everywhere.
The place is incredible. Honestly, it really is.
It's definitely legendary.
The only thing I don't like about it is how, not from a boat traffic perspective, but from an angling perspective, it gets extremely crowded. Like, if you go there in May, from May to like September, you will fish next to 50 boats.
That would be the boat traffic part of it.
You don't have to fish there.
Last year alone, when me and you went out that one time and we pulled up to that one spot, there's like 30 boats on one grass patch.
Yeah. There's a lot of there is a lot, and the Potomac too. There's a lot of bent rod anglers out there. You'll see it. Got somebody will catch a fish and the boats will gravitate, and it is what it is. It's still legendary. It has its quirks, but it's legendary.
All right,
for sure.
so cast your vote.
The biggest bag I've ever seen come out of the two biggest bags I've ever seen come out of the Upper Bay. One was
legendary.
One was springtime. That was 29.4 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. And then Frank and Tommy Turner had 28 in August.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it sounds like we got legendary across the board.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary.
Or Tony, I like what you said, like a weak legendary. So that's kind of
only because of it fishes small. And like Paul has a point. You can run around and you can do your thing, but if you're fishing a local series, it's going to be one in the grass on the flats.
All right.
It's almost a guarantee. You could bet a lot of money and win more than you're going to lose on that bet for sure.
Here we go.
Right. Now in the spring, different story in the spring, but
what else?
end of May, you're going to be on the flats if you want to catch them.
3. All right. The next one we have on here, a place that you guys have gone.
Moomaw.
Okay, so you're gonna hate me. I'm gonna say this place is legendary, and I'm gonna tell you why this place is legendary.
Okay, yeah,
it's legendary because it's not big. You can run the boat. There's no restrictions. It's legendary because if you go when the size of fish is insane. When you go down there and the lake's low, there's about a bajillion Army Corps of Engineers fish structure. There's fish structure everywhere, like man-made and natural. There's so much fish structure. It's managed incredibly.
This is Tony's favorite lake, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
It's not my favorite lake, but it's in my opinion, it's legendary.
Of course, Clusie can't say B says dog shit on this one.
I have personally seen a 7.5 7-pound smallmouth weighed in a tournament on this lake and not get lunkered. So an 8.5-pound largemouth get lunkered on this lake. Now COVID kind of hurt it.
It's not dog shit. This Bud Light.
It's definitely legend. In my opinion, it's legendary because the small lake. There's no restrictions. It's the most scenic lake ever. It's beautiful. You are around 7-pound smallmouth and 8-pound largemouth every time you put the boat in the water.
I say B.
7 pounds.
When I went last time, when me and Miles went, we caught 50 fish a day. Like, we didn't catch a lot of giants, but we caught a lot of 3-pounders.
I say B.
Is that you?
Yeah.
That fish was not from Lake Moomaw though. That fish was from Smith Mountain Lake.
I say B.
I mean, B is a fair assessment in my opinion. It's legendary because I've seen what it's capable of.
I feel like it could be highly impacted by boat traffic from
There's
fishing,
no boat
from
there's-
fishing.
Like,
Gonna
but
have,
it's so
gonna have
out
to
of
go
the
with
way.
McCluskey on this
Can
one.
it
It's
handle?
dog shit.
Can it handle 100? 100 plus boats.
No.
So,
No.
that
The
that's
biggest
kind of a
tournaments you'll
factor,
see on
too.
that place is like 20 boats.
All right, well, McCluskey got something to say there. Boom.
McCluskey spent 3 days on that lake and saw nothing that makes that lake better than a C.
I can tell you right now, every time I go there, I see 20 pounds weighed in. Every time.
do like that you went there and caught not
Like you
large
hyped-
bags, but
you
caught a
hyped
lot of fish on glide base.
You did.
It's fun.
You did hype it up a lot, and then you went down there and you kind of backed that up. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't like. Here's the deal: I fish it once a year, maybe, and every time I go, I catch a ton of fish.
This is like the part of the time where I
I
wish
give it
I
a-
could
I say B.
share.
I don't say I won't say legendary because it's just to me it's not legendary in name.
No, and compared to the other lakes,
You're not gonna have. It sounds like you're not gonna have 15 guys weighing.
I
in 20
don't even
pounds.
know what I just clicked. So
When I
maybe-
went-
maybe ignore that.
when I was fishing it in college, I remember a tournament. I could probably pull it up because I have a screenshot of it somewhere on my phone. But the winning bag was 23 pounds, and the 3 bags after that were 20 pounds at a 10-boat tournament. Like I had like 15 pounds and came in, or 14 pounds and came in dead last in
I mean,
a 10-boat tournament. I was like, what is this place?
I had 8. If you compare it to like the Upper Bay, I mean, I had 18 and a half, and in a tournament was 32nd place.
I mean, honestly, B is fair. The only reason I say legendary is because of the uniqueness of the place. It's small, you can get around, and it has giants.
I say I'm gonna hold on B.
Yeah, B.
Like
B's fair. I mean, for sure. B's fair. Like
Chad
I
says,
try to go every
fish
year.
your B. You
So.
also go in the fall. So
The fall
get
is
them
incredible.
shallow, so.
Oh, it would not fish it in the summer. Actually, in the summer, from what I've heard, it's very tough. So for that, I will say B. But if you go in the fall, you can just have a
So
ton
then
of
let
fun.
us move that down to B because we have some people that say dog shit, some people that say C, some people that say legendary. So we'll go B. B's a nice little
B seems like a
medium
good
there.
middle ground.
Alrighty, guys. So I had no idea how long this would take, and clearly I was my God, I thought 2 hours would be enough, and I was wrong on that. But we are blasting through this as quick as possible. Let's go to the next
I
one
mean, we're
here.
getting that. We don't have too many left.
We don't have too many left. We're getting there. And this one, we talked about being shitty in September and October. It's the opposite for this place. This is the one unicorn when it comes to fall fishing.
Deep Creek, fantastic. October, November.
Yep.
Okay, so this one's a C for me.
So I would say
When is the time of year?
I would say C, only because you can really only fish it in the spring and fall.
Yeah.
Because the boat traffic is so bad.
Yeah.
But the fishing in those times is
It's really
pretty
good.
You're going to catch a lot of fish,
Big ones.
You got the opportunity of catching a 5+ pounder. So I would say C.
I caught a 7-pounder on this place with a banjo minnow.
It would
That's
be
not
a
lie.
B if the boat traffic didn't suck so bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But another reason I make it a C is because of the smallmouth in the lake, although there's 1,000 of them, they're just not big.
Yeah.
You do catch a lot of small fish.
Biggest
but-
smallmouth I've ever caught out there was like 3 pounds.
Yeah, but like Paul said, I mean, you go up there in the summer. Like one of my best friends in high school, he has a place up there. We'd go up in like June. You're done fishing at 10 o'clock. 10:30,
Yep.
you're done
Yeah,
because the boat traffic is insane.
I'm going to say
I mean, it's downright
From
dangerous.
Memorial Day to the end of September.
Yo,
But-
it's ridiculous.
purely from the fishing, I'm going to say the reason I think it should be B category is if you take a kid here and you tell him to skip a Cinco at a dock, he could catch 15 pounds. Every dock has a damn fish under it. I've never seen a lake where the dock fishing is this good.
I wouldn't say they could catch 15 pounds, but
I would say they could catch 10 to 12.
it might be.
Easily.
You might catch 10.
I mean, yeah, For me, it's a C. I mean, now when it turns on, it turns on. Don't get me wrong. Like
But-
there's some hammers in there.
The
But-
issue is boat traffic, right? It's not the fishing because there are fish in there.
But boat traffic that's part of our.
That's true.
Part of our
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had days
Critique
up there in September when there wasn't boat traffic because like it was raining or whatever, and
Yeah,
it
after
still
Labor
takes
Day,
like
you're usually-
7 pounds to win a tournament. So
7
when it-
pounds, really?
No,
oh yeah, when it pops off,
those guys suck,
it
man.
pops off. But like, you got to hit it right. If you don't hit it right,
I can go to
10
the,
to 12.
I can go up by the dam and catch more than 7 pounds of smallmouth at any given time.
For me, it's a C. And it's a
All
good
right.
lake. I like the lake. I like fishing it, but it's a C.
That is shots
Primarily the
fired.
boat traffic.
All right, next up,
10 pounds and not fish.
the
Shower
gym.
20
Some
kilos.
people would say
Lake
the gym
Mooney.
of Fredericksburg, Virginia, Lake Mooney. It is
Mooney.
putting out 8-pounders and 7-pounders left and right. It is about 800 acres. It is a water reservoir on the Rappahannock River. It has blueback herring in it. It is about, I think, 800 to 900 acres, and
Shane
it's,
says legendary.
it is pumping them out right now. I had to.
Going B.
McCluskey, God damn it, man!
So
What's the boat? What, is it electric only?
electric
It's
only.
electric
with-
motor only.
And I'm glad McCluskey's hanging in there, though.
I
He's
think that's-
hanging in for the whole show.
I say
Yeah.
that's got to take it down. I don't think you
Can you
have,
put your boat in it though?
I don't think you can have a legendary. What it is only 800 acres though, so you can get around by trolling motor. So it doesn't impact the fishability of it like it does like Pretty Boy and Liberty, where being electric only limits the fishability. So I would say that doesn't affect it as much. 7 to 8 pounders on the regulars.
Okay, but Matt, why? I get
So-
you say
but-
B. Could
To
you
his
call in or something?
measurement, literally everything
Shane-
is like fair to Midland.
So
Yeah.
so Shane says he caught 100 bass over 5 pounds out of there this year.
I mean that. Yeah, that
James
makes
Mercer
sense.
says
If that's
it's
true, that
well,
makes
he
sense.
just says 100 bass over 5 pounds this year. I
I'm
don't
assuming
know if
he's
that's-
talking about that place.
If he did it at that place, that's incredible.
Yeah, I
Shane-
believe it. He lives right on that lake.
Back me.
He
Oh,
lives on
yeah,
the-
okay. If you live on that lake, then I believe it.
Okay.
All right, he says check out my channel. Okay. Yeah.
I say it's a B. I mean,
I say it's
Nah, just confusion.
Yes, 100
I believe you. Just wasn't sure if you were talking about this specific.
how's the ramp access? How's let's
Ramp
let's
is good.
go all the-
Full disclosure, I had a kayak tournament there. I've taken the big boat out there. It is a good ramp. You can launch a big gas boat if you want to. As McCluskey says, oh my god, here. It's a
is,
badass lake, no doubt. I could see it being legendary. Matt, I'm just
What are
saying.
the what are the limitations?
So it's 800 acre lake electric only.
You
But
can
you can
only-
put your bass boat in there.
You can only catch them one way.
Trolling motor.
All right, so we are making a trip, boys.
You're
Dad, what's the
not
person guide
flipping
me?
bushes.
We're
You're
gonna
not
be
flipping
making a trip,
bushes.
boys?
You're not flipping bushes. You're not frog fishing. It's blueback. It is minnow,
it's-
top water, glide bait type of deal.
well, just got him excited.
No
Oh,
limitations. It's
Let's
a
go.
unique offshore lake, 100%. All right, so I think we got a bunch of people that says so. B or legendary?
If it has the quality that everyone's saying, you
So
kind
I
of can put it legendary.
I can give this legendary being electric only because it's so small.
And if it has that quality that everyone's saying, which,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
And you have the quality to make up for that. I mean, 800 acres, I can easily get around to pretty much anywhere that I want on that lake with my trolling motor.
Legendary.
All right, B. Okay,
Going
we're on
legendary?
All right, legendary it is.
I
There
go,
we go.
yeah, we can go
Legendary. I like it.
All righty, let's see what we got next. Next,
You know, the way that I'm looking at this is in the DMV area, the mid Atlantic, we have some absolute
I'll even say,
hammer places to go
We do.
fish. If you're willing to make a drive, there is some phenomenal places to go catch largemouth and
let's go.
smallmouth.
Fredericksburg's not that far away.
oh, that's like 2.5 hours.
I'm just
Fredericksburg's
saying,
got a
in,
lot of
in
bangers.
general, whatever, like within 6 hours, 7 hours, there is phenomenal places to go fishing.
well,
Goodness,
speaking
what
of
they would
a
do.
hidden gem,
Conowingo, Tony's favorite place to fish.
It's a-
Legendary.
no, it's a B.
It's It's a B.
It's a B.
I agree.
All right.
And
How am I supposed to argue
honest
against
with you,
Tony on that?
to be completely honest with you, it's not even that strong of a B.
No.
Well, tell people
Um,
about it. The people that don't know. What is Conowingo?
Really?
So Conowingo is a 9-mile long reservoir.
You can stack bags. I've seen bags come out of Conowingo.
It's a 9-mile long reservoir that is on the Susquehanna River. It's
The bags that come out
the
of
lower
9
end.
miles.
It's the lower end of Susquehanna River. You will catch a lot of fish.
Yeah, you will.
A lot of
Tons.
small fish.
It has
Um,
potential.
It has potential to kick out big bags. I've caught 3 20-plus pound bags out of there
See,
myself.
And you don't even fish there all that much.
That was back when I was fishing it a lot.
Yeah. So think about the guys that are fishing up there. I don't know. I feel like Conowingo is.
I would say even when
Pretty-
I was fishing it a lot, it still didn't match up
Okay,
to
let-
like the Upper Bay or Potomac.
Let me say this: it's a B fishery. It has legendary days. Some of my best ever days fishing have come on
Yeah.
Conowingo. However, it's
Dude, we
it's
had
just
like
not
2
legendary.
straight days in a row of 100+ fish days. Like,
Yeah, I mean, but it's just
Now,
it's-
granted, they were 1-2 pounders.
it's just not legendary because it's just not. I mean,
So
it's a I love
certain times of the
place.
certain times of the year when you get from like July to the end toward the end of October, it's 12 pounds to win.
Yeah.
All right, and we have a bunch of extra people that just joined the chat. So right now, if you guys don't know, we have for the legendary category, we have the Susquehanna River, the Tidal Potomac, Smith Mountain Lake, the New River, the Tidal James, Upper Bay, Lake Mooney in Fredericksburg, Virginia. B category, we have Raystown Reservoir,
Actually,
the
the access is crap.
Chowan, Lake Coon in Norfolk, Hyco Lake, North Carolina, Western Branch, Norfolk, Loch Raven in Baltimore, Maryland. The Juniata River in PA is B. Lake Gaston in VA, North Carolina is B. Liberty Reservoir is B. Mayo Lake, North Carolina is B. Lake Mooney, Virginia is B. C, we have the Yakagani, which I am right now going to move that to dog shit because we said it's just based on how it fished this past year. And there's no water in there. So it's going to be dog shit because there's no water. You can't fish it.
Fair enough.
Pocomoke, Maryland is C. Pretty Boy Reservoir C. Upper Rappahannock is C. Leesville Lake underneath Smith Mountain Lake is C. The Nye Reservoir is C. Shenandoah River, one of my home places, is C. Lake Frederick is somehow C, even though I wanted it to be dog shit. The Upper James River is C. South Holston Lake is C. And Deep Creek Lake is C. And then the dog shit. Phil Pott, who we have a couple guys in chat really wanting us to revisit, that is dog shit. Burke Lake is dog shit. The Eastern Shore is dog shit. Big Slack, Maryland is dog shit. And the Yakagani Lake is dog shit. And Jake is throwing hands. This whole list is trash. Jake,
Jake, you're trash.
So back to Conowingo.
It's dude. There's
Access-
no
I'm
water in
sorry.
this thing. It's past low. You can see buildings and shit. You can't launch a boat.
So Conowingo, trying to keep us on track here. Access sucks. There's really only 2 usable ramps currently because one of them is very silted in. So if the water's low, you're not using it.
Yeah.
The other one is launching you in the rock. So if you don't know where you're going, you're going to fuck up your boat.
Big time. Big time.
And then the one that everybody uses is kind of garbage too because the ramps
ramps
are
do
freaking
suck.
steep. It's steep and falling apart. So access is kind of crap.
All right, hold up. You don't know me to say that I'm lesser than the better humans that you know.
Chad is the best human being we know.
Yeah.
So I would say, Conowingo is definitely not legendary. Access kind of limits it.
But when we say it's C, like would it be the same?
No,
as
no.
Pocomoke?
I would say B.
B.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it has potential. I mean, like
You're
it
going to
definitely has
see,
potential.
November when it gets colder, you're going to see 20-pound bags. In
Of
the springtime,
smallmouth.
In the springtime, you're going to see 20-pound bags of largemouth. But the in between times, it's very average.
And it is inconsistent outside of the spawn in the fall.
Super inconsistent based on water level.
Yeah.
I would definitely not rate it a legendary lake, but it's still a good lake. I'd put it in the B category.
Well, here we go again. Here's another one. So this is one of the few separations I did. Apologies for that. But we have the Chickahominy River, which is associated with the James River, but it's kind of its own beast in in
I thought we decided to make
Yeah.
that part of the James.
I thought, yeah, because the whole thing of making the James legendary because
Everybody
because the James
can
and
agree.
the James and the chick are both legendary.
If everyone's good with that, then that's great. We got-
Wango doesn't even deserve to be on a list unless it's a list to close down and fill with cement.
Jake,
Is this guy just trying to troll the page right now?
pretty much. Jake, it's on your goddamn tournament schedule. You're the tournament director and you put it on your schedule. What does this mean? You're saying it's dog shit, but by the way, you put it on your own tournament schedule?
This guy's
you know what?
reminding me of
Yeah,
that
so
one
just
guy
like
that we
Jake,
have the
that's fine.
Facebook page.
Okay,
he's
cool.
a
Next
kayak
one.
fisherman. What do you
Oh,
have?
What is
here we
that
go.
guy's name?
Dog shit. Oh my god, dog shit.
I've
Worst place ever.
I have never heard a single good thing about Clayton.
It is absolute garbage. It is absolute trash. You want to talk about filling a place with cement? You can start here. This place sucks. Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, if Claytor Lake was the closest lake in 100 miles, I would either move or stop fishing. It's that bad, dude. I'm telling you, it
Dog
is
shit.
so bad.
Consensus is
so
dog
bad.
shit.
It's so bad.
I like that's so funny.
So bad. I can't stress to you enough how bad this place is. Now the ramp's nice.
The
accessibility is
chick is
good.
definitely legendary, Chaz.
Yeah,
sure.
It gets combined with.
I just threw it up there. It's legendary. It's fine. It's rolled in.
Yeah, this place is
Claytor Lake, dog
absolutely
shit.
terrible.
Dog shit.
Next.
Now I will say there will be some good bags that come out of the place in the spring, but that's about it. Like absolute garbage.
Next.
All right, let's go with. Let's see what's next. What have I not done yet? We have not done.
Mitchell, I've never fished it, but sounds like I'm saving gas.
Yeah, don't even, dude. Don't even go there.
McCluskey
Don't-
says
it's
big
just so
striper.
bad.
There is really good striper fishing there, but again, like
Big strippers. Big
Yeah,
strippers.
strippers.
That's
Guys,
not a plug.
yeah, and for the people that don't know, I am trying to finish off this. Well, I'm trying to fish. I'm drinking tequila. I said that right, so we'll see how this goes tonight.
Cheers, my brother. Let me see you hit that bottle.
I have to
Right.
work tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I am not drinking.
So, well, you have a job and you're a respectable citizen. Here we go. Here's a hidden gem.
I haven't seen him take a
The
shot.
title
once.
Rappahannock. This was actually something I was going to message you about, and when we were talking about these, and ask about that. I'm not familiar with it,
It does look like a cool place.
but it looks pretty cool. But I don't know how it fishes. I've never really talked to anybody that's fished there, so
It is what the Potomac and the Upper Bay used to be like before the boating pressure. They will smoke a frog or a buzzbait left and right, like they've never seen one before.
Looks real shallow.
size.
Very narrow. You could throw a baseball across a bunch of it. But the fishing there is extremely, I don't know, like the fish haven't seen the same amount of pressure as other places. The current rips though. It fishes a lot more like the Eastern Shore places. Not as bad as the Delaware, but some portions of the James with how much the current moves. But the fish there, dude, it's like they've never seen a bait before.
I mean, I can BC.
A ton of bees coming in.
Yeah, see, now here's my question, right? If you wanted to fish the James, is it you can't run to this place, right?
What do you? I mean, if
Like if you're
having a-
fishing a tournament on
I'm
the
fishing a
James,
tournament.
you can't run to
Am
this
I running
place,
into the
right?
Rappahannock? Is
That's
feasible?
a good question. Chaz, can you run from the Rap to the James if you're brave enough?
Or vice versa.
Tidal Rap is awesome. Frog fishing heaven.
All right, what about the quality of fish? Like, okay, the frog fishing that could
Matt says B.
that could be
He's
great.
consistent.
So that could
You can, but it's a long run.
so the frog fishing could be fantastic. But are you catching 4-pounders or are you catching 2-pounders?
3, 2.5, 3 pounds.
So B.
B or C? I mean, a high C, low B.
Yeah, let's go.
I think a B's fair. Just because who doesn't love
So,
catching them on a frog, right?
Mitchell says the more expensive the frog, the more snakeheads you'll catch on the Rap.
100%.
Sounds like the gunpowder.
Right now, the Rap is the number one snakehead place in Virginia. It's insane how many snakehead are coming out of there. So we'll go
I've heard there's a
strong
lot.
B.
Let's go B.
Strong B. Let's see. Oh, we got a phone call too. All right. We got
Bring it in.
724-984. You're on the show.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? It's Jake.
Hey, Jake. Glad you're awake.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm awake. I honestly, I forgot that your show was happening tonight.
Oh, it's all good, Jim.
So-
I thought I could get through like 50 lakes and rivers in an hour and a half, which was retarded because that's not happening.
I told you you'd have to go 2 minutes per lake.
You put up the
Yeah.
thing, and I was like, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
I have issues with the Juniata being like not anything other than legendary.
Okay, go for it. Make your case.
So, well, I guess I should probably separate this into multiple cases, because you can't say that the Susquehanna River is one fishery, right? I know you guys brought up the Conowingo, but there's so many different sections of the Susquehanna that are so different. Like if you came from Virginia and you went up to the Conowingo in July expecting to catch giant smallmouth bass and having a great time, you're going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Agreed.
Like,
I would agree with that.
You're going to be like, this is dog shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is terrible. So you could really go from, like, honestly, from the Conowingo Dam all the way up to, probably
New York.
just, like, around Marietta. Like, anything from Conowingo to Marietta is going to be absolute. I mean, it's going to be shit. Like, it's not the same as the sections that are up north.
In July,
Right.
sure.
So we're talking with the Susquehanna River. We are considering the upper
Harrisburg
part,
and above.
like like Harrisburg and above.
Well, so and like that brings in another part too, because like if you go just below Harrisburg and you go down to like the York Haven Dam, that's arguably one of the best and most well-rounded fisheries that we have here in the tri-state area.
Yeah, and Jake,
I said Harrisburg area.
Yeah, and the
Not
problem was
necessarily saying
for
the cutoff is
time
Harrisburg.
because it was the same thing when people said like I should make the Chickahominy River its own thing. I should make the North and South Fork of the Shenandoah its own thing. It's like Jesus Christ, we're going to be here for 24 hours.
Is York
So-
Haven Clark Lake?
But as far as Juniata goes,
I think you need to have multiple. You need to have multiple nights where you're talking about tidal, where you're talking about freshwater rivers,
Well,
and where
yeah.
you're talking about stupid ass lakes.
Damn, don't like
But
the
yeah,
lakes.
Claytor Lake. You can take Claytor Lake and honestly just impound that piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the worst place ever.
Completely just fucking pump all the water out of it. Like I don't care if you flood the surrounding community, it would be better fishing than it would to fish in Claytor Lake. Like that place is absolute trash, and nobody should ever be forced to fish it.
I don't.
Yeah,
disagree.
it is that bad. It
That's
really is that bad.
Just fill it up with concrete.
I think that was the first unanimous
Now-
dog shit.
Jake, I will say
the
like
first unanimous dog shit.
yeah, it's unanimous dog shit. But you say like, okay, we could break up the Susky into multiple parts, but in general, as a whole, we would put that as legendary, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough of the river that's really good that you have to label it as legendary. You're not going to find a fishery that's like the Susquehanna anywhere else. Like you can say that the New River is great, right? The New River is fantastic because it can produce giant smallmouth bass. Like we're talking 22, 23, 24-inch fish, right? So these are giant fish. Even the James has some really good, high-quality big fish in it. But you will not find a river that produces more 18 to 20-inch, 3 to 4 pound fish on such a regular basis than the Susquehanna will.
100%.
Now, the caveat to that is you're not going to find too many fish that are over 22 inches. You're not going to find too many fish that are over 5 pounds. But it's, there is not a fishery anywhere like the Susquehanna River just in what it can produce. And the coolest thing about it, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, if anyone here has been up to the parts north, these fish are built like Great Lakes smallmouth. They
Yes.
have giant fucking shoulders on them. They look like little brown fucking tanks. And they live in 1-2 foot of water. So the only place they have to go is up. So you just see this giant fucking slab of brown dog shit, because that's what the Susquehanna River mostly is shit. Like it's a highly polluted river, so they just jump up. Like basically, it looks like that fucking dog. What's that guy? The guy's holding the dog. That's what they look like. That's when they just jump out of the water like 4 or 5 feet.
Okay, yeah.
So
I agree with all that. So
you mentioned the Juniata, and the reason that we didn't put the Juniata as legendary is because the Juniata is really most of the good fishing in the Juniata is certain times of the year, where on a lot of the places in Susquehanna you can. Good.
I could argue against that. So the Juniata is a spawning hub for the Susquehanna. Yes. It's mainly, in the springtime you're gonna find more fish that are trophy class in that river than you'll find anywhere else. You're not gonna find any more trophy class fish than you will like in the Juniata. Like there's just that many. Like I can't even explain how stupid it is.
Agreed.
During the months of March, April, and May, it just gets incredibly dumb, right? But with that said, when you get into June, July, August, obviously river levels are going to be dependent, right? But there are still a large group of resident fish that live up in that river that you don't even see in the springtime, because those fish then go up into the Juniata's own self-sustaining creeks. Like I can't begin to explain how many fish actually live in the Juniata River.
Alrighty. Well, the
size, like,
so for time, based on what Jake said, everybody in the comment section, let us know, should we move that up from a B to an L? Put a L in the chat if you think we should move it up. Put a B in the chat if it should stay in the B class. 30 seconds.
I feel like we certainly gotta get the Juniata in there to legendary. And I promise, I heard you saying about the Youghiogheny River Lake.
So
and how it doesn't fish good.
We are only basing it off of 2024, not indefinitely, just to kind of make it fair. And because the Youghiogheny had some issues with it having
water
level
and stuff.
Yeah,
I would just like to. We have Mr. Timmy Reams on, asking why we put the Yak in the crap column also.
Make a case.
And
look, I know I grew up fishing out there. Like that's where I grew up. I grew up there, right? That's my home area. And I know of guys who have been going this spring, this fall and this summer, that have been catching giant smallmouth and largemouth out of there, regardless of whether the water's high or low.
But accessibility is near nothing. Like that's accessibility is part of our grading scale. So that's one of the reasons that we've taken it down as well.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
Yeah. So keep that in mind too, that we're grading on a few different categories here. So accessibility is what we really knocked that down for, because where you can launch a kayak there if you walk down the bank, but you can't even launch a boat there right now. From what I understand, I haven't been out there this year.
I did see, you're correct in the fact that you're not going to be able to launch a boat there. I did see that, for the most part, that there was a couple different categories, but out of all the categories that I saw, the only one I would mark the Youghiogheny River Lake down on is the accessibility. And it's a big one, because the fact that if you can't get on it to fish it, then it could be as legendary as you wanted it to be, but if you can't get out there and fish it, it's tough.
So Tim Reams says that it is open. From everything that I've seen, Tim, the lake level, they've got it drawn down so far that you can't even launch a boat. And I know you're from out in that area, so if you can give us, if you can give us some insight, we can definitely change it if that's different.
Yeah, and again, guys, we're gonna be doing this every year, so next year we'll redo the list. So, but yeah, no, I think the Youghiogheny in the past was good. That's why I was basing it. Beaver Dam Reservoir in Northern Virginia is closed because it was closed the past year. Therefore, it's not on the list. Things like that. But if you guys think it should be updated, please throw it in chat. Where should the Youghiogheny be? We right now have it as dog shit, when in theory, I guess I could just not have it on the list if it wasn't fishable this year.
All right, we got to get through 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to get through like 10 more.
For time purposes, we're going to have to move on.
Well, we got to keep on scrolling. Keep it on.
The next reservoir I have on here.
Dog shit.
Might be dog shit.
Dog shit.
Here it is.
Next.
Drum roll, please. Bugs Island.
Dog shit.
I call it dog
Bugs
shit.
Island.
Dog shit.
Is the water up or down?
Well, it depends on the day when you go to the Bugs. It's a fun thing. It goes up and down in the same day.
I'm gonna have to go with C minus.
I do not know a single person that enjoys fishing this lake.
If
I
the
think
water's
Jake
up,
does.
If the water's up, it can be really fun.
It's a lake. It's landlocked. It sounds stupid.
We got McCluskey that says dog shit. Jake, I'm gonna say he says it's not a legendary fishery.
Well, at least he came off the B rate.
Yeah, he did come off the B. It's a big thing for McCluskey.
Jason says C.
Morgan says B. That's interesting.
History doesn't
Chad-
count. It has to be this past year.
That's cool.
Chaz says B.
I'm saying C.
I can go.
So
Bugs Island holds a lot of history, which
Nope,
I
history
think is
doesn't count.
which I think is
2024.
hold on, which I think is affecting my opinion on it.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I say
Because
dog shit.
If
I
you
say
put it
let's say C.
for the chat, if you put it B, you're saying that Kerr is just as good as
Hold
Gaston.
on, timeout. I will say that Tim Ream says Kerr is a B and it can be better, and he's a way better fisherman than any of us. So,
Well, Tim, we also put
let's throw that as a B.
as a B. So you're saying Gaston and Kerr are the same as quality goes? Just making sure we're staying consistent here. So it sounds like we're going to put Gaston as a B, even though I think
B in the
that's-
spring, C,
no.
B in the spring, C in the summer, F minus late summer and fall.
Okay, Chaz is like, a lot of 20-pound bags. Like, yeah, but again, this is the problem with the Upper Bay with me. It's like the Upper Bay is like, oh, you caught 26 pounds. Great. What did it take to catch a check? 2 pounds. Well, that doesn't make it like if
Well, how is that the same problem with the Upper Bay?
my point is like if in my mind, what makes this a quality
20
fishery is how good the weights go all the way down. So if it
So-
takes 30 pounds to win, but it takes you 3 pounds to catch a check, is that better than a place that it takes 15 from first all the way to 40th?
Tim saying Kerr has better quality than Gaston, but Gaston has more fish.
Ooh. See, every cat the last 2 months is 18-pound plus. Fishes differently though. Gaston and Bugs are
Wait a minute, though.
Symbiote.
Okay, let's
I have
say
drank
this.
Way too much tequila tonight. I don't know what
There
Symbiote
are
is.
fisheries on the dog shit list that take 18 pounds to win in the fall.
I'm trying to keep up with you and Bud Light.
Like
You're not
there's
gonna lose
fisheries on the
bottles of
dog
tequila.
shit list
To
that
win. They're
so-
talking 18 to catch a check.
even
big
so,
tournament.
even so,
In a
I mean,
big tournament.
Throw it to chat, guys. We're gonna do this. Put a B if you think it's a B fishery, like everything else. Put a C if you think it's a C fishery. D if it's a dogfish. And if you are a psychopath, you can put Bugs as legendary, and I will block you.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead and
can
vote for that being legendary.
I say C.
ban.
I say C because the guys that I know that fish it all the time, they say it has potential, but it sucks 99 times out of 100. So I'm gonna say C.
I'm gonna say C.
Shane is C. Morgan
because
is B. Michael is C. We got Chaz is a B, I think. McCluskey is a C as well. Oh, God.
I agree.
Another
Came
phone
off
call.
that B one more time.
So I agree with Tim, where it looks like you can pattern the lake, but figuring out the pattern is not easy.
So we have another phone call. I'm going to try to see if I can actually add multiple phone calls here. We'll see. Okay. 434, you're on the show. Can you hear me?
I hope Riverboat Rob's calling in.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Riverboat Rob.
Philpott, dog shit, really?
Oh, God.
Oh, we're back to
That-
Philpott.
That's not Riverboat Rob.
No.
All right. Make,
No, go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, go for it.
No, just places, it's different, yes, but you can catch 16, 18, 20 pounds all through the summer, winter.
You-
Don't know how to do it.
I will.
It's out there.
Philpott's got a cult following. We probably should bump that up.
I said it was a C to begin with. I don't like that one personally because I've heard the good things about it.
Wait, what?
We're moving it.
Philpon?
Philpott.
Philpott.
Philpon.
Philpott.
Okay, yeah.
Philpon.
Like that
Philpott.
stuff you smoke.
What do you think about Bugs Island?
Bugs Island, gone downhill since, it was really good about 15 years ago, and then maybe 15-ish. Then the virus hit, a lot of small fish. But I feel like it's coming back. It's just turned into more of a herring offshore type lake. You can't just go down there and fish bushes like you used to if the water was up. Even now when the water is up.
Was that the only place in America that the fish also got COVID? What virus are you talking about?
That would be largemouth bass
There
virus.
was a largemouth bass virus in about 2008 or 9.
Oh,
There was an awful lot of fish. Apparently, I don't know. Never saw any test results, but there was a noticeable decline in the quality of fish, numbers and quality, really. But last couple of years, I think it's getting better. So I don't know if the spots are making it any, largemouth fishery any better or not, but we can be hopeful, right?
Well, we just bumped that up because it was a cult favorite in the chat, which is Philpot. So I moved it up from dog shit to a C. Right now, guys, if you're listening, it is dog shit is Burke Lake that had like 20 votes for dog shit.
He said A.
Eastern Shore, Big Slack, Yakagani, but again, Yakagani is not dog shit. It's just like you can't fish it because it's basically closed. And then, Claytor Lake. Claytor Lake is 100% dog shit. I think everyone in the United States.
That's the worst fishery on the list.
That was the unanimous dog shit.
It was unanimous dog shit.
That's the worst fishery on the list.
Like,
No one defended.
I love when we went from like legendary BC dog shit. There is no in between.
What's funny is Potomac had a lot more like people thinking it may or may not be legendary. Anyway, so the next place is Chick Lake. So if you go up the Chickahominy River, for people that are listening, there's a reservoir on there that had in the past. Damn, that's some hot stuff. So you think it's dog shit?
No, it's definitely it's a B.
This is where
there's giants that come out of
the
that
gathering is held.
Wait a second. Totally got confused after my 10th beer of what we're talking about. No, that's a lot higher than dog shit.
B.
I would say C.
I'm gonna go B or C.
Yeah, I'm going B on. I'm going B on that.
McCluskey's whole list is basically B.
I'm B on it.
One of the things that takes it down is it gets choked with hydrilla.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, it makes it a little hard to fish. So, it's definitely. I mean, it definitely takes it down enough.
Yeah, we got some B's in here. Love it. All right, cool. All right,
but there's giant fish in there. So
next up on the list, here we go. Drum roll, please. This one finally makes a contention. Lake Anna.
Lake Anna.
It's a very strong B.
I say legendary.
Cold side, obviously.
It is in the wintertime. Like right now, it's legendary.
No.
But isn't this something with the Juniata where it's like, okay, we're saying like it's legendary for 2 months, but if it's legendary for a month or 2 months, shouldn't that make it legendary in general?
No.
Are we getting too anal with picking like when it's legendary, when it's not legendary?
No, because if I only.
Oh, go Jake.
Well, I think when you're talking about the Juniatas, you can still catch big fish in July, August, September, October, and it's fairly, I don't want to say easy, but it's a lot easier to catch them in the Juniata than it is to catch them in fucking Lake Anna.
That's true. You do need scope for Lake Anna. We got a Lake Anna guy that lives on Lake Anna. He says B, but legendary yesterday. What the fuck does that mean, Matt?
Guess that means he crushed them yesterday.
That must mean he crushed him yesterday. I did take 23 pounds to win there yesterday. That's for sure.
I would say B. Yeah, I would take it down from legendary because we have that boat traffic thing again. Boat traffic sucks there in the summertime.
All right, so we will take that. Where'd that fucker go? There it is. All right.
And then it doesn't necessarily fish fantastic in the summertime, but winter and spring, it's amazing.
All right, so
Where did you put Raystown? Did I see Raystown?
What's the next one?
Raystown we put B, but we thought it should be like a B plus to an A because it does take 24 to 27 pounds of smallmouth to win certain times.
We were teetering between legendary on Raystown.
I would put that thing down at C just because of the boat traffic and the access during the summertime.
Yes, but it's like the weights are so crazy sometimes too. That's the weird like balance factor. Is it might be one of the best smallmouth inland lakes in PA. Inland, by the way.
I don't know about that. I mean, you're taking out Lake Erie out of contention there. I think, but
well, I said inland.
Yeah,
I mean Lake Erie's
honestly,
technically.
there's a lake here. There's a lake that's pretty close to me called Blue Marsh that fishes better than
Dead Sea?
Raystown in the springtime.
That's true. We could have.
But I don't know. I would Raystown is somewhere between a B and a C. I mean, it's got good big fish in it and everything, but dude, in the summertime you can't even get have tournaments there in the summertime because they won't let you launch a tournament till 8 o'clock or some shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're not wrong there. And then James, we got Martha here. Like y'all shit on Deep Creek for boat traffic, and I got take a hit for that too. That's fair enough.
I say Ann is B. I say Ann is B.
Deep Creek took a hit for boat traffic, but Deep Creek doesn't kick out 25 to 30 pound bags.
Yeah.
So the
Deep Creek has some amazing perch in it though.
Deep Creek, the problem is it's fun. It's like there's a fun factor, like you're gonna catch them there. I think you have a higher probability of just being a normie going to Deep Creek and catching a bass and Lake Anna. Lake Anna takes a lot more skill than I think Deep Creek if you're just a regular. But
can I tell you about a fish I caught out of Deep Creek real quick?
Go for it.
It's getting late.
I caught a
Make it quick.
bluegill that was bigger than a normal sized paper plate.
Really?
If you took a paper plate and you laid it down on the table, I caught a bluegill there that was bigger than a paper plate.
Holy crap.
Steve, thanks for joining, brother. It is getting late. We're feeling you.
Yeah, I'm feeling you. I got half a bottle of tequila in me.
We got a couple more. Let's bang through them.
Let's see what's next. We have. Okay, here we go. And then Chaz, I really hope you're still here for this one. Burnt Mills, Norfolk, VA.
Dog shit. I have no idea. I've never fished it before.
Norfolk Lakes.
It's one of the Norfolks.
I think all the Norfolk lakes would have been B so far, right?
How big is it?
Is
there horsepower limitations?
Yep, it's a 9.9. It's about, I believe, based on the research I saw, it's under 1,000 acres.
So under 1,000 acres, 9.9 only. I can still.
I mean, if all the other ones have been B and it's a similar lake, why wouldn't this one also be a B?
That's a good point. I know.
Just my opinion.
On this re-upload, I'm gonna get freaking killed on this freaking list, but it is what it is. Let's see. All right, next we have. Oh, this is a wild card. People kept telling me to put this on there from my chat feed from the week, the York River, but I don't know why.
I don't know anything about the York River.
James Martha says, "Where the fuck?"
I don't even know where the York River is.
Apparently it's an interesting place near Yorktown. Apparently George Washington was there at some point. It's a big deal apparently in America, but they've been stocking it with
George
F1s.
Washington got 20 pounds out of it because what the fuck? Who's even heard of this place?
I know, right?
I mean, it's a sleeper, right?
Yeah, somebody said they had 28 pounds out of there, and then Chaz says, so I say B, I'm biased. He thinks it's a B.
Sounds like a catfish river.
Sounds like a catfish river.
You have to be named catfish to fish it though. Like that has to be your nickname.
It's the South the Chick, down the James.
Stocked with F1. I mean, let's give it a C.
All right. C.
Unknown factor gives it a C.
Unknown factor. We don't have a lot of information to go on, so we're going to give it that.
All right, here we go. So, and now we got a place that we can actually get a good fight.
York ain't got no bass.
That means it should probably be a B, is what he's saying. All right, here we go. We can have a good little fight about this one. The Upper Potomac River. In 2023,
comeback recently.
yeah, it's big comeback. In 2023, it was probably a C. I would say it's between a B and legendary when it comes to length, but it's very top end. First place when it's hot could probably catch close to 100, but then it's going to drop off a shit ton. So I don't know, probably C plus B minus.
I was thinking C just from the accessibility standpoint.
Yeah, that definitely knocks it down. There are some giants in there. Though.
And then all of it's concentrated. I know NVKBA and Mid-Atlantic have tournaments there, but it's like you're not going to catch 100 inches at Paw Paw. It's going to be below Harper's Ferry. But there's a shit ton of smallmouth. And guys, I live there. I love it. I fish it all the time, but still, I gave Big Slack a shit rating, and I fished it all the time. Okay, so we'll say.
I think the comeback that the Upper Potomac is making, I would say it's a B. I would say it's a B for real.
All right, that's good. Hey,
yeah, I think so.
Hey, that works for me because I gave Big Slack dog shit rating, so that's fine with me. Let's put that as a B then. Oh,
B sounds good.
All right, so what is next? Let's go with Hunting Run Reservoir.
Where the hell is that?
Let's go as fast as we can.
I am trying. So Hunting Run Reservoir is one of the 6 lakes at Fredericksburg, Virginia. It is owned by the Department of Wildlife Resources. It is closed from October through March.
C.
But it does give up 30 pounds each year.
Ooh.
Electric only?
Electric only.
See,
one boat.
Can I drop my boat in with a gas motor?
Ah, man, still 30 pounds a year.
You
though,
can,
I might have
but
to throw that to a
You
B.
can't say anywhere that's 30 pounds a year and give it a freaking.
Yeah, I gotta go B.
You kind of have to give
It's
it a
gotta
B.
be kind
Shane
of
Flint caught a dirty 30 out of there actually
B
this year.
minus. B minus.
Morgan says C.
Morgan says C.
It's a B minus.
Go.
Can I just say that the guy holding the fish on there, he looks like he eats crayon.
He does.
and dates
He does. He does eat crayons. I can fact check what he thinks. Wait,
guarantee you he kept those bass and took them home and filleted them.
I thought you were going to say perform fellatio on them, but yes, I did probably
Maybe
do
both.
that
I
too.
wasn't going to ruin your channel with that.
So, yeah, 30
I
plus.
almost said the R word.
All right.
Hunting to Run, Land of the Giants.
right.
I can give it a B.
Let's see. So let's see, Jake, I did have one question for you.
Shane's caught 3 over 9 in the last 18 months.
Yeah, that's a
cool.
B.
All right. So Jake, because we do have a couple more phone calls here we have to get to. Before I let you go, I want you to promote Mid-Atlantic now that they came out with their schedule.
Man, so, we're kicking it off on the Conowingo at the right time of year. Early April, those bags are going to be huge. And it's going to be huge from a greenfish or a brownfish perspective. And then we're moving from the Conowingo to the Upper Bay, and we're hitting the Upper Bay again in April. Moving on from that, we're hitting the lower tidal Potomac in the early part of May. And then we hit the Upper Potomac in the later part of May. And then we finish out strong on the Susquehanna River up here over the summer. I could be missing a couple because I don't have our schedule right here in front of me, but we try to put some pretty amazing fisheries on there this year that are going to give our people the best chances to catch a lot of fish and big fish at every event. That was our goal. So
There you have it, guys. As always, I will link all that stuff on our Facebook, Instagram, and all that shebang. We will have Jake on soon once he gives me his schedule. And we'll be talking more about the kayak fishing world. Dude, have a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully you have it off and you're not just beating hobos on the street.
I'll be working, but I appreciate you, buddy.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right.
And then for people that don't know, he's a cop. That's why I said that. So it's not just he's just a random psycho killer.
All right.
Let's see.
What do we got next?
Close for the winters. Okay, cool. So We are very close, guys. Thanks to everyone in chat that's held on. By the way, we also clicked close to like 80 people watching at one time. So huge shout out to that. That's insane. People really like the show.
We hit almost 80 people watching at one time tonight.
Yeah, because I was also on Instagram too.
It's awesome.
That's insane.
We also had your fine folks over at Bass and Beer Radio. Go check them out.
Lake Chesden, Virginia.
Chesden.
Oh, it's a heavy C. Heavy.
It is.
And I mean, it's a C minus.
3,000 acres near Richmond, Virginia. You are allowed to use a big engine, no restrictions. They've had big tournaments there, up to like 30 to 50 boats. A lot of stumps, a lot of docks, it's a good glide bait lake. McCluskey likes it. Jeremy Watts says
Chesden is good.
Chesden is good.
I
We
pull
got
guys as legendary.
I've heard it's really good in the spring and it gets really tough in the summer.
I mean, a lot of lakes are like that.
I know a lot of guys that will not fish it.
45 mile per hour.
B.
D.
What the fuck? We don't even have a D. Legendary most versatile lake I've ever fished this year. Oh, damn. Well, it's because you've won the most money there.
Jason Stevens says D shit.
Do we have a D? I guess we have dog shit. Okay, B.
B. Let's average it out to a C.
Yeah.
I'm feeling average out to a C myself.
We got 3 left. All right. Well, we
got next?
Wait, what did we do with Hunting Run? What was that?
B.
Was it B?
B.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Land of the Giants.
All right. We got 2 left, and then we're done.
All right.
2 left.
Thank God.
What do we got? Roanoke Rapids Lake.
Roanoke.
I've actually heard decent things about this place. But I've heard it's good, but it's not great. So it's probably like a B or a C from what I've been told.
I would have to go maybe B.
Lucy says if it's not a B, he'll be very upset.
I don't know anything about it. I know a couple guys down in the Smith Mountain Lake region will fish it.
I think it's a B.
B. Yeah.
I think it's a
Greetings
B.
from
All right.
Tennessee.
B it is.
Looks like we got lots of B's and C's. A couple very
C+.
passionate
So,
B's.
before we give out the last fishery and then we're done, God bless the people from Bass and Beer Radio for going over 3 hours. I have not gone this long since last year where we did a 5-hour stream.
To be fair, we've only went 2 hours and 54 minutes. So we can still cut it for
We're
under
always down, my friend. We are always down.
We can still make it under 3.
We got legendary.
Always down.
Legendary is the Susquehanna River, the Tidal Potomac, the Smith Mountain Lake, New River, Tidal James, Upper Bay, Lake Mooney, the Chickahominy River. B is thick. We have the Chowan River. We have Lake
bomb.
Cahoon. Yeah, that word. Hyco Lake, North Carolina, Western Branch, Loch Raven, the Juniata, Lake Gaston, Liberty Reservoir, Mayo Lake, Lake Moomaw, Conowingo, Tidal, Rappahannock River, Bugs Island, that should not be there, by the way, the Chickahominy Reservoir, Lake Anna, Burnt Mills, Norfolk, the Upper Potomac River, Lake Chesden. We have Hunting Run Reservoir, and then Roanoke Rapids. The C is Pocomoke, whatever that is. Raystown Reservoir, Pocomoke, Raystown Reservoir, and by fan favorite, Philpott Lake, Pretty Boy Reservoir, Upper Rappahannock, Leesville Lake, Nye Reservoir, Shenandoah River, Lake Frederick, Upper James, South Holston, Deep Creek Lake, York River, and then the dog shit category. The unanimous favorite for dog shit would be Clear Lake.
Yep.
Burke Lake is second, Eastern Shore, Big Slack, Yakagani. I have a question though. When we say with the C, are we okay keeping Pretty Boy next to Philpott?
Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes.
Will you guys get death mail?
No. I mean, I think all the reservoir guys,
Thing to show me while we're live.
all the reservoir guys in this area will agree that Pretty Boy is the toughest, potentially the weakest out of the 3 metro reservoirs, and the other 2 we only gave a B, so we have to give it a C.
I'm fine with that.
Pretty Boy also has a cult following in the same way that Philpott does too. So
That's true.
I personally love Pretty Boy, but a lot of that's scenery.
yeah,
All right. The last one that I
Legendary.
have on the list.
Legendary.
Reservoir.
it's definitely legendary.
Legendary.
Regardless of it being horsepower limited.
You know what?
Right.
Even though I hear Tom say so much about how he just catches like 1 pound bags
No,
and shit
that's
all
not
the time.
Occoquan. You're thinking of different lake. That's,
What lake is he talking about?
That's Acarrera.
Yeah.
Acarrera. Okay. Okay. You can see where I could get confused.
Occoquan kicks out 30-30s.
Aquaquan.
Yeah. They
Big
kick out
bags.
dirty 30s. If you don't have
Legendary.
an 8-pounder, a
That's
clearly.
going legendary all
So,
day.
I would like the person who's on this thumbnail. Do we think this is dog shit, or are you just going to say this is a B when you're holding over 33 pounds, I think, with this limit? Yeah. So anyway, we're going to put that up to legendary. There's one answer. I like that.
B. One answer.
B. Did I put that up there? Where did I put that?
There's one.
Dog shit. It's a waste of water.
All right. So that is our
Do not
list.
go there.
With that said, my goodness, we got through them in basically 3 hours. With this list right now, we'll get 5 minutes before we can get out of here. Is there anything that you guys would adjust? Because it is interesting when you look at this full list. I feel like there are some Bs that should be legendary and some Bs that should be Cs.
So let's go through the B's real quick.
Bs.
What do you got?
Chowan River.
Chowan River could be legendary. A strong case for legendary.
I think strong case for legendary.
Maybe.
Well, I can make them. I'll be able to make
Get
a
a
better
beer.
opinion after the elites are
Get a
there this
beer.
year.
right.
Or I go down and fish it.
All right,
because,
there we go.
I am thinking about doing that.
Chowan River has been moved to legendary. And then we have Lake Coon
Thank you.
in Norfolk. I know nothing about this place.
We'll leave it a B. What else we got?
Heiko Lake, I think that's good as a B.
B.
Western Branch, B.
B.
Working on
Lock
Because of
Raven.
access.
Lock Raven.
B because of access.
Yeah, only because of access.
Basically,
Juniata River.
I still say B.
I mean, he did make a good argument, but I don't know enough about it personally.
To be fair, with his argument, there are literally any lake on this list. You can say, oh well, they're not easy to catch, but I can catch a big bag any time of the year.
I think it could be a B plus. I don't think it's like there's so much that goes into be legendary
Yeah.
status. Yeah,
We're getting ready to hit that 3 hour mark.
that's
We know.
fine. These are rookie numbers. Gaston, yes. Liberty Reservoir, B still.
B.
B.
Access.
None of the
B.
Baltimore lakes. Wow. Okay. Mayo, B.
Well, access because you're so limited, and you have to have a boat that can only go on those 3 lakes.
Yeah.
Lake Muma. We're gonna move that up to legendary.
I
Tony?
want to, but I don't think we should. I mean,
A lot of people said C on that, so
yeah. Well,
I don't think we can move.
I
that.
think it's fine where it is because it does fish really tough in the summer.
B.
I go when it's good, so I think we keep it a B.
Conowingo.
B.
Definitely B.
As much as I love it, it's a B. It's my
I could
favorite
even-
place on the list. But
I
it's
could
a B.
even move it to a C.
I
because- simply because
the ramps.
average the ramps. 2,
Ramps do suck.
If you don't know that lake, you don't catch
That
quality fish.
is a very good point. It's a very good point. I don't think we should move it to a C because of what's in the fishery.
It's very rare for somebody who has not had a fair amount of experience on that lake to go up there and catch a big bag.
Yeah, it's true. I still don't think it should be at C because it has the fish in it.
So I think it's good at B.
And once you figure it out, it does get easier.
Yeah,
So I think keeping
but
it.
it does
B.
take a while for it.
I've been fishing that place for years.
It takes some time to figure it out.
Yeah.
So B.
Okay. So title Rappahannock. I like it as B. Bugs Island. I think should be C.
I would agree with that. I think it sucks.
Yep,
Everyone that
C.
I've talked to that fishes it hates it.
Bugs Island should be C.
Chad doesn't even know where Bugs Island is.
No, I've
Throw it
never,
out
even,
there.
I've never even heard of it before.
The guys that I know that fish it regularly do not like it.
I mean, the
Chickahominy
guys in the
River.
comments that do fish it regularly said B. So
Chickahominy River Reservoir. I think it should be B still because everyone talks about it like dicking out massive fish. That's fine. Lake Anna is not quite legendary, but I could see it. It's
B.
still
strong B.
I think
Yeah,
it should
It's
be
a
C.
B.
there.
It's a B.
I don't think it's you know, if I'm gonna choose one of these lakes off the
Hopefully I'll
list,
be at Lake
I'm not
Anna
gonna
in
go
a
to Lake
month.
Anna.
Right.
That's true. Oh yeah, and if we put the hot water discharge into it as
January?
well.
But that's all
Private.
private, so we can't.
Oh,
do
that's
February.
true. That's true. That's true. Okay.
February.
Burnt Mills, Norfolk. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know. Upper Potomac. Everyone in the chat is saying I should put that to legendary. I cannot because legendary is such a freaking. That's a fucking powerhouse. Legendary when it comes to like this is ranked. Everything we put in legendary is basically ranked in Bassmaster magazine. It's legit. Like
Yeah.
it's insane how we came up with like the Upper Bay, the James, the Potomac. Like these are like Susquehanna. These are all like legit fisheries. Chesden, everyone says Hunting Run apparently. Roanoke Rapids is there. Where's Mooney? Mooney's up here. I think. Yeah.
What
Mooney's
was
up here.
what was the Land of Giants? Which one was that? Hunting Run.
Hunting Run.
Okay.
Hunting Run, and Hunting Run's here, but it's not giving up as much as Mooney. Mooney right now, if you go there, you will catch an 8-pounder basically. So that's legendary.
Go on.
All right,
So
and
when we
then
take
of
that
course
trip
Roanoke
over.
Rapids, the sea, the Pamaka, the
Pocomoke.
Pocomoke. Should that
A
be
lot of
sea or-
fish. It's fun
Okay, fine.
It's a C because it's the best shore on the river.
for
That's
numbers.
All right.
Not
Raystown, we moved from B to C already. Philpott Lake, because
Wait, why do we move Rays down? We moved
Boat
Rays down
traffic.
because of boat traffic.
Boat traffic, and
oh,
you can't launch tournaments. And
But we're not basing this off tournaments. We're basing this off going fishing.
it's also
This is all bass fishing.
it's a factor. Like I understand. Like if this basically said you're not allowed to have a bass tournament for 8 months, we'd have to factor it in there, right? Like I don't know.
Yes.
I could go anywhere between B or C.
We're not having a bass tournament. Unless it's a
Ranking.
kayak tournament, you're not having a bass tournament on the upper Potomac either.
That's true too. That's true too.
I'm okay with Raystown being there.
McCluskey, if
It
you,
is in the middle of nowhere too.
McCluskey, we moved Chesden to B. McCluskey, Chesden is B. Okay, we got Philpott because of popular demand. It was moved to C. Pretty Boy
I mean, if
Reservoir.
Pocomoke's a C, Philpott can be a C.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I like how Philpott's the thing is like, so are you okay with Pretty Boy being next to Philpott? Are you okay with
I am okay with
Yep.
Pretty Boy being next
that
to
is
Philpott.
insane. Nye Reservoir apparently is as good as Philpott, which is insane. I'm just gonna use this. Fuck it. This is gonna be the measure of C. Nye is as good as Philpott. The Shenandoah River is around Philpott. Lake Frederick.
Access.
Remember Access? plays a
Access,
big
yeah, you're
role
right.
in this too.
They also have a shitty boat ramp. Lake Frederick, you can catch 40 pounds, but also it can suck there. Upper
Jeremy,
James.
1 second. Jeremy Watson said he had 60 bass days on Lake Anna on the hot side. Numbers, but not size. I have had multiple 100 fish days on the hot side of Anna. It is a factory. I also caught a 22-pound bag out of the hot side last year. So there is some size in there, but it is private, so we can't keep. We're excluding the hot side.
Yeah. And because if you wanted to put it like, and that's the thing is like, if you added the hot side, I don't know if it puts it to legendary status because it just makes it that much more solid.
Jake, I don't care. Like I'm all for kayak tournaments, but if you can only have kayak tournaments there, then the access is shit. If not everybody kayak fishes. That's the point. We're rating these on an accessibility scale, not just I can take my kayak there. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is, like, right? So if not everybody can go there, that takes it down. That takes it down a bit.
I mean, we're trying. I kept saying at the very beginning of the show, I know the amount of comments here saying I left out. I already have comments saying I left out Sandy Reservoir. Next year we'll do this and we'll start it at 4 p.m. and we'll have rotating guests because most people don't want to be here for 5 hours, which is what it probably should take is 5 hours. Let's see, like Frederick, South Holston, I think it's good at C, probably a B, because you could even do B minus, honestly. Deep Creek Lake is weird. I don't feel
The
comfortable.
upper Susquehanna is way better than those fisheries.
Oh, we're getting feisty here, boys. So then the upper Susquehanna is dog
We're gonna
shit.
be here all motherfucking
God, you
night.
make a lot of stupid fucking comments.
got
Anyway,
'em.
can we fucking move on?
Let's go to the Deep Creek Lake. Are we okay with it being C?
I'm okay with it.
I'm
being
okay
C.
with it. Yeah.
Boat traffic.
Boat traffic. It's really only fishable, from in the springtime and in the fall. So
Let's see. Okay, now we're gonna go to the DS section. Claytor Lake, 100%.
Unanimous
Dog
dog shit. Unanimous.
Thorpe
Unanimous.
Lake, 100%. Eastern Shore.
Unanimous.
Dog
Yeah.
shit.
Still think the
Dog
Eastern Shore
shit.
should be a C.
Dog shit.
I think this should be C because it's
Which one was that? Big Slack? Or
Yakagani,
East-
because
Yakagani?
it's not fair to it. It's down right now because it's getting worked under the dam. So I don't want to call it a dog shit
I will
fishery
say
when
that.
you can't fish it.
Jacob, yelling at you. You made a bunch of stupid fucking comments that drug this out for 45 fucking minutes longer than it needed to.
As Thomas takes a shot.
As Thomas is finishing
Guy
off
on
the
Go
box.
get in your
Far
fucking
right
kayak
side
and float
shit.
down the fucking river and have fun.
Yeah. Fucking eat a bag of dicks.
Oh, snap. Let's see. All right. So that's everything. Closing thoughts as we finish out this bad boy. We have just gone through every fishery pretty much in Virginia, North Carolina border, Pennsylvania, and Maryland.
I mean, I think it's a relatively accurate list. I think we did a pretty good job on that. I mean, your legend, like you said, your legendaries pretty much match up to whatever they're the same. It's the same lakes that are on the Bassmaster Top 100.
Pretty much.
Right. So, we know that those are good lakes. Aside from, we have Mooney on there, which is kind of a sleeper, which Bassmaster is not really going to, they're not, it's in what, 800, we decided that was an 800 acre lake, which is why we didn't take it down as much for accessibility being 9.9 only, because, it's easy. 800 acres is easily accessible by trolling mode.
Yeah.
So
I think there was a lot of B listers that could have been potentially higher, basically because of access.
We have a lot of places to fish in this area. When I spent all weekend on this and I left places out, again, Sandy, there's so many places, like, holy shit, we have a lot of fisheries. And again, like the Chawan, I apologize, I butchered it. When Bass goes there, it'll probably rank this higher because everyone will be like, holy shit, this place is awesome. And they're going to be driving to Back Bay and shit. Like that'll pop. And they can fish the York River too, in theory. So, yeah. And then you have Mooney and Occoquan. And I don't know, guys. And guys, in the comment section, I know Norfolk and all these places, you're going to be like, oh, they rank higher. Potentially. But yeah. And then Little Creek and Williamsburg. Guys, there are 300 lakes on the Virginia website. It took us 3 hours to get through 48. There's no way we could do every single lake in Maryland and stuff. But anyway, let me pull this out here. No, this was insane. That's a bad look. Let's finish up right here.
There we go.
What do you guys have going up on Friday?
We're going to JCS Marine to pick up the bullet.
Yeah. So wait, are we going live before we leave, or are we going live on the road?
I haven't decided. Well, we got to figure out. We could either go live while we're up there, or I don't know yet.
Friday, like get up there Friday night and go live.
I mean, we're leaving Friday morning, so we'll be up there well before the hours of the show.
So Chad and Tony are going to pick up Tony's boat this weekend. So we will probably have some sort of live show with just Chad and Tony, either while they're in Rhode Island, picking up Tony's boat, or on the way to pick up Tony's boat. So look out for that. The JCS crew may make an appearance on that.
Oh, they will.
Yes, sir.
Good dudes up there.
Awesome stuff. So guys, go check them out over at Bass and Beer Radio. When this gets re-uploaded tomorrow, to make sure there's no hits and stuff, link in the episode description to everything that we talked about. Go please give them a follow every Friday night at 7 p.m. over at Bass and Beer Radio. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, everyone, have a wonderful Christmas with the family. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on Fishing.
Yes, sir.
Morgan,
Thanks, man.
we will be in touch with Morgan from Prop Dynamics for the Bullet and for the Ranger. So thanks for joining, brother. We'll be in touch with you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
You're very
Good night,
welcome, guys.
See ya.
You're listening to Fishing the DMV with your hosts, Thomas Ahrens and Jared Mounts. Fishing the DMV is brought to you by Jake's Bait and Tackle, located in Winchester, Virginia.